All right, let's go.
Welcome to Not Another Movie Podcast Remake, episode number 3. I'm Adrian. Gore's here. Kyle's here. We're talking movies this time. A lot of movies this time.
This time.
Yeah.
Last time we talked, video
life.
games. Yeah. Pocky. You like Pocky? Let's
Kyle?
talk about Pocky. What's everyone's favorite flavor of Pocky?
Strawberry.
I never had it. So,
Kyle, answer.
What?
Kyle.
Yeah, Pocky chips. Adrian's
No,
been
not
talking
chips.
about fucking what?
No, I'm talking about the Pocky little straw chocolate shit.
Oh, yeah.
Pocky, not.
What's your
not
favorite flavor, idiot?
Pocky.
Chocolate one. I don't like the strawberry one. I don't know if there's any other
Is there
ones other
vanilla
than
one?
chocolate and strawberry.
There's a vanilla one, right?
I haven't had that. The chocolate one is, the pure Pocky that you want.
Pocky.
Pocky honestly is kind of gross when you have too many. It's kind of a treat the first couple too, and they're interesting. But Pocky, kind of
I never had it, but I assume it's just a fucking kind of like a pretzel thing without salt, and then there's chocolate around it.
A hardened little breadstick with some chocolate in it.
Speaking of food,
breadstick, there you go.
stay tuned next Not Another Movie Podcast Remake when Kyle eats the Pocky chip.
The
other
one chip
Pocky.
challenge. You've
Pocky.
seen it. You've seen it show up in so many different places, but you're gonna get the realest reaction here. I love spicy food,
Everybody else is
and
pussy.
usually,
I love spicy food.
usually spicy shit does not give me too much of an issue outside of like some issues. But this is supposed to be like super fucking
That was the
hot.
dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
We're in hot fire.
Usually, hot sauce is gonna be issues aside from some issues.
Except issues.
Well, listen. Sometimes go
I'm listening.
it gives me like burpees, you know what I mean? But usually
okay.
like
Don't do any
dissipates.
jerkies because you're gonna burn your cock off.
It
Don't do that.
just gets uncomfortable. But
That'll
we'll
be
see.
uncomfortable.
I've never had any like real ghost pepper, real Carolina Reaper. Like I've had all the marketing.
Well, this isn't a real one
Diablo.
either.
Yeah, the Carolina Reaper shit. It's all marketing now. Every fucking thing has Carolina Reaper shit.
It
in
ain't
it.
hot.
Well, this shit's
It's
supposed to be damn hot.
Actually, it's sweet.
So that will be
No
Kyle.
drink. Hey, no drink challenge. Don't have a drink.
That'll be Kyle trying
know.
that. Me, David, and Gore also got that, but that'll be coming a week earlier. So check that out on Blue Rupees where we all eat that at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Sloppy seconds with Kyle.
So he's to Kyle. And that'll be a segment.
Adrian bought 3.
I bought 3. Yeah.
Twitter. Yeah. So he'll get another one with you. There you go.
Do
Hey,
that.
he's talking shit about how it's all marketing. It's not real. So he'll eat another one. He'll eat 2. He'll eat the other 2.
Because
Right,
it's
He'll
done with like
he'll put one in his nose.
it's like when Wendy's has like we have Carolina Reapers in our burgers. Like, no, you don't.
But
it's not-
this is supposed to be more legit than that, because that's the entire basis of this company existing. You know what I mean?
You know what?
If this shit doesn't fuck us up, we'll do the death nut.
Hey, I'll give you a death nut. Wait, hold on. Let me read a review. Just to
Hold on. Let's do this. I can.
Here, I'm just reading it right here. All right, ready? I died twice. All right, so that's not too bad. Keep it away from your nostrils and toddlers. Okay. Well, hey, keep away from your kid, little Kyle Jr.
We have
one hot chip. That's it.
We have we can do
that chip.
website views on here now, so we're gonna pull that up there.
Wow, that thing looks like it was fucking at the bottom of the barbecue. What the fuck?
Yeah,
It looks like a piece of
super
charcoal.
fucked up.
That looks like some shit you'd find in like an alien movie. What the fuck?
Let's see, but he decides
I
to
don't think
pick his nose after.
Yeah, do it.
Oh,
Pick your
yeah.
nose after. Like rub the dust all over your and go like snort it like cocaine. See what happens. It'll probably fucking clear you up if you have sinus issues.
They said it tastes terrible.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh
It
yeah. Like I'm not expecting good taste. I want thrashing hot magma in my mouth.
That looks like someone just fucking charred it.
Yeah. It looks like a fucked up chip that.
Well,
Oh.
it's supposed to remind you of death.
It looks like it has boils. That's not good.
You don't want this Yoda.
You will.
That's bad. I don't like that. Adrian's really, really.
His eyes.
reading the threads.
He's looking at
No,
God.
I'm not watching the stream. So.
Oh, he's looking at the eyes of God right now.
The eyes of God.
All right. Oh, see, look, this guy said way overpriced for basically just a chip covered in hot pepper powder. Oh, we got in on that good deal.
Yeah, duh.
Well, no shit. It's
Yeah,
called
we
the
got
one
the
chip
deal,
challenge.
We got a good
We
ass
got the
deal.
Good deal. $7 for one chip. Yeah, we got a good deal. You're right.
Anyway,
Go to a dollar store and get like multiple chips for $1.
speaking of chips, this is our movie podcast. We do all that movie stuff. We talk about the new releases we watch. We do a thing now where we rotate a movie and we all watch whatever someone suggested, which Gore's picking this week, or rather for this podcast.
I already got it.
So you want to talk? Hey, let's talk about that now. Let's do that at the beginning so everyone can know if they're trying to listen. Yeah, rather than wait the entire time.
All right. Well, funny enough, we mentioned this movie earlier. Funny. I've been wanting. Well, can you guess what it is? Because we mentioned it before we started recording. And it's one I've been really
Green Lantern.
wanting to rewatch. No, not fucking Green Lantern. Get the fuck out of here.
A comedy for sure.
Yeah,
a comedy of errors.
A comedy of errors. That's for sure.
I'm not sure.
You see those special effects? Jesus Christ.
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, we talked about it briefly, but what we're going to be watching for next episode will be the original Borat.
Hell, very nice.
Yeah, very nice. So,
oh yeah.
Get your asses ready. It's been a long time since I watched it.
Really? You didn't rewatch it?
No, I was going to, and I just never got around to it.
I made like a lot of people watch that. I made them double features. Like, is the new one good? I was like, yeah, you gotta watch the first one though. And they're like, really? I'm like, but then you don't have to. But I'm like, yeah, go watch it.
Yeah, no, it's really necessary, especially first 5 minutes when you find out what happened to his friend.
There's the penis in the chair. All right, Borat.
Hell yeah.
Borat.
Since I'll be in the Borat mood when I watch it, I guess I'll watch like the additional Borat 2 stuff that came out. Sure.
That too. Yeah. What was it? What was the subtitle? Forgot. Additional supplementary something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll watch all that stuff too.
It's a Jackass 2.5 or whatever, 3.5.
I'm gonna turn on the air right now real quick, but while I do that, Kyle, go ahead and start us off with what you watched. I'll be right back in like 1 millisecond.
1 millisecond.
1 millisecond.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's already
all right. So dumbass Adrian didn't give me a second to even pull up what I've been seeing lately, but I want to say, I think the last thing I said I saw before last podcast was Old. I'm pretty sure I mentioned Old.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, I assume, because I saw it.
Yeah, for sure. I think Adrian saw it too. Yeah,
I hope so. I don't want to talk about
I saw Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
All right.
Classic movie.
Classic.
Not as unwatchable as I expected. Actually, it actually has like a plot and stuff. And it was like,
the second one is very unwatchable. European Gigolo.
Oh yeah. Oof. Yeah. I also saw The Green Knight in theaters. Did you see it? I don't know if Adrian saw it.
I think Adrian saw it. I'm not sure though.
Right. Okay. I saw Fear Street, the second one, 1978.
Right.
Now, last week I said I liked Fear Street 1994, but Fear Street 1978 I think did not hit the mark. I think I think that must be the weakest of the three, probably.
Okay.
Right? Like personally to me, because it just felt like Sleepaway Camp but PG-13 and kind of lame. That's
really
kind of
it was rated R. Like. There was a lot of violence.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There was a bunch of gore and stuff, but like a little too cutesy for my taste. I don't know. I did not.
It's more generic, but I liked it.
Yeah, because the first one, it wasn't just a slasher movie. There's like a weird fucking mythology. Shit. Yeah, and oh man, this town's been haunted for so many years. And this one's just camp slasher movie, not particularly.
Yeah, the third one has more going on, and there's more of that stuff that you liked in the first one and the third one. So okay. I think you'll like the third one more. That's for sure. But
probably I have not watched that yet, but I will. I saw The Suicide Squad, which will definitely be like the big meaty, I'm sure, discussion that we'll have today. And I saw Annette, which is which was I think the opening movie for the Cannes Film Festival. It's got Adam Driver in it, and it's got what's her name? Big actors in this really weird fucking movie.
Is it French girl?
Yeah, Marion Cotillard. Yeah.
Cheese Whiz or.
You're right. So Annette, holy fuck, dude, that movie is so weird. I honestly don't know what to think about it, other than I liked it. It's a rock opera. It's a fucking humongous musical. It's very strange. It's one of the strangest movies I've seen in a long time. It's going to be a love it or hate it movie for most people. I would be on the love it side. Watch the trailer. There's puppets involved. Puppet boys.
Puppet boy.
And
Adam Driver. Does he sing?
Oh, he sure does. Like the whole movie.
I didn't watch the trailer yet. So
okay.
Is that on Amazon?
It's gonna be Amazon Prime in like 2 weeks, I think.
Okay, I'll watch it when it comes out then.
It's it's gonna be a trip for sure, man.
I've only seen the poster. The poster is like them dancing or whatever in a storm or something. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we got that up right now.
That's weird. Got that. Oh, I'm not looking. So.
Annette?
Yeah, that's on the. I'm running the trying to do the movie posters over the side so we can do kind of timestamps for future stuff.
Oh right.
Yeah, we should do timestamps for the big things.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Or what? Yeah, this is what we watched. And other than Eternal Sunshine, that was it for me.
Ooh, slow week for Kyle boy.
I mean, still saw. I mean, you missed like 5 movies.
You missed like 5 movies.
No, that's still a slow week. You got like 15 movies.
Yeah, that's true. Slow all around.
Slow ride.
Boy. I'm a slow boy. Okay?
You like my hat, Kyle?
Scratchy. Okay.
Yeah. When some of us went to we went to City Walk.
Okay.
And I saw a bunch of people wearing this fucking hat, and I was like, "Where the fuck is that?" I couldn't find it. I just pulled around one random guy, saying, "Where the fuck you get that hat?" And he goes, "It's only inside Universal." I'm like, "Motherfucker!" So I went on eBay and found one for like $20.
Just go to Simpsons Land, dude. There's the whole Do you not know that Simpsons?
Then I went to the Simpsons store. They didn't have. This is a Universal Studios park exclusive.
Oh.
Doesn't Disney own the Simpsons? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so you didn't go into the actual Universal Studios?
No, we just went City Walk because we got there like at 9:30, so we're just hanging around and getting the food.
When was that?
Whenever like
Disney.
When I was in LA, like maybe that Sunday or something.
Like during F9, like
that weekend.
Okay.
That's what we were gonna tell you to go. Remember when we asked and you were going to San Diego? We did an escape room.
Oh man.
Oh shit.
Good time, man.
Tournament of Champions.
Yeah. Anyway, Gore, what did you watch?
Am I still the only one who saw that? By the way,
I was going to, but it wasn't worth driving to the theater just for that movie.
Oh, for sure not. No.
Gore.
All right. So since last podcast, I've watched a few movies. I watched The Green Knight. I don't know if we'll be talking about that.
We can. I watched it.
Okay, good. Old. Did you watch that?
I did.
Okay, good.
Oh, boy.
I saw Old. We'll talk about that then. I saw Jungle Cruise.
I wanted to watch. I'll watch that maybe this week.
I was gonna see Snake. I was doing a triple feature of Green Knight, Snake Eyes, and fucking Pig, which I also saw. In that order. So
that's a great order right there.
That was the only times that worked out. But for some reason, my AMC app wasn't letting me check out with Snake Eyes because it was 2 hours in between, but it was like 2 hours and 5 minutes, so it might have been too close.
Yeah, no.
So I was like, fuck it. Anyway, I'll see Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 2 hours, but it was 2:05. But whatever. Like it was 2 hours and 5 minutes in between, but it's supposed to be 2 hours in between, and you could still.
No, you should be able to watch. Like
It wasn't letting me, so I said, "Fuck it, I'll just watch."
The only reason
I think it's probably a better choice.
Yeah, the only reason it wouldn't is if the movie times overlap.
Yeah, they didn't. It was like maybe it was 5 minutes into not Jungle Cruise, into when Snake Eyes was supposed to start, which was like maybe a trailer into it.
Yeah, no, it's.
And I've had plenty of times where I use AMC and I literally get in for my second movie when the movie just starts.
Yeah,
I miss all the trailers.
Okay, because I've had the thing where it's the showtime, not the actual movie. Like take like 20-30 minutes for the trailers. If it's not the showtime, even if it's like 2 minutes and you're not actually missing the movie, it won't let you. The apps did that to me a few times.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you watched Jungle Cruise. What do you think of that? I want to watch that still.
You know what? Jungle Cruise was probably the best Pirates of the Caribbean movie I've seen since at least the third one.
Third one?
Yeah, at least the third one. I like the third one. It's definitely not great, but it does feel like it is. I don't know too much about that ride, but it does feel like it would be kind of faithful to it. I've heard everybody hates Jungle Cruise.
Okay, so the ride is like well known for being like one of the most like kind of boring rides at Disney.
Backside of water and shit like that.
It depends on your skipper.
Right.
Because it's them telling jokes and whatever they have. Funny story, actually.
Yeah, which by the way, they do a good job of adding that into the movie.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Dwayne Johnson, the entire movie, makes dumbass puns about things. The beginning of the movie is him doing a Jungle Cruise with just some snooty white people, and he's just like, he's just saying puns. I thought they did a good job with that. That was funny.
Here's a funny story. Back in like 2013 or 14, I was scrolling around on Tinder. I matched with this girl, and she worked at Disneyland. And I was like, oh, cool. And we were going to Disneyland that like next day. Like, so what do you do there? And she was actually the skipper on Jungle Cruise. Cool. So I was like, cool. So she's like, yeah, just hop on the ride whenever I'm there, and you'll see how it works. And she was awesome. But then we were kind of curious because they had multiple skippers. They just take turns doing that. And we did for another one, and it was boring as fuck for the other one. It was like, yeah, so it depends on the energy the skipper brings, and like the amount of jokes they have to individually make on their own. Because if the other one is not that funny, that's just them. But it's not a bad ride. It's not like the best one, but it just kind of wanted to hang out on for a little bit.
Skipper. I'd be like, look at this fucking crocodile. Look at this piece of shit.
Fuck you.
Look, I don't think the animatronic's working too well. His eyes going two different ways. He's all fucked up. All right, look at this. The fuck even is that supposed to be? I don't know. Look at the water. Wow, look at the back of it. That's
the
crazy.
back of the water.
Have you ever seen water quite so back before?
Look at the shape of that water.
Wow, shape of water. You ever saw that fucking where she fucked the fish guy? This isn't like this, but if you want to fuck me, that's fine. Anyway.
Wow. I just want to say.
Cruise. Oh, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, dude. I don't want to fucking.
I was doing my skipper bit. I was doing the skip bit. But you could...
Hey. I just want to say though, when it comes like the ride, like this, when it comes to ride, this versus Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean already has all the lore. It has all like Captain Jack. Jungle Cruise has nothing. It's just a bunch of fucking animatronics. So all this story is made up as fuck.
Yeah, which would confuse me. Like they really went with this because they could have been named anything, but it's like, all right.
It makes sense because you have a concept. There's a boat and they're going down a thing and there's animals everywhere. Okay, you could do anything with that. It was like when they did the Need for Speed movie. When the Need for Speed movie, they could literally do anything as long as they have cars that go fast.
Sure.
It's like, all right. It works. It's like the out of Snake guy. He's the evil guy.
I heard it wasn't bad.
Right, Edgar Ramirez's character. It's not bad. It's fun. I would say it loses steam quite a bit towards the last.
Oh, I get it.
Well, it's not Steamboat. So,
Steamboat Willie, Disney. You ever heard of it?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, you ever heard of Oswald the fucking Rabbit? That's my guy. All right.
Epic Mickey.
Epic Mickey. Power of Two. Was that the second game?
Yeah.
Power of Snoo. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that game was a piece of shit. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. I thought Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt did well. I didn't like what they did with those two characters towards the end because I'm like,
I heard they ruined it. I remember reading this on Reddit, and I kind of agree with it. Was Dwayne Johnson has no chemistry with any love interest because it's hard to like put a love interest with that man. That man is just
right. Yeah, because he could fold her in half and like
he cannot pretend to love.
He's so
but when
comically
Dwayne Johnson's
big.
doing there's moments in this where he gets his ass beat by some people. I'm like, it's like I just can't believe that. I can't believe. Does anybody remember that movie? What was it called? Snitch. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
Dude, in that movie, he's playing like a dad, and he's not like he's not badass at all in that movie, and he like gets beat up by a bunch of teenage white kids. I'm like, and it's like I had moments like that.
Yeah, whenever Dwayne Johnson gets beat up by some bitch, like remember Fast 5?
Dude, need I remind you, dude?
Yeah, well, at least Vin Diesel has a little bit of muscle, like something, and he's also the main character. So I'm like, all right, Dwayne Johnson's the main character of this movie. He gets his ass beat by fucking and they are straight up like Davy Jones crew members. Like, there's even parts where like half of their head is like just like missing or whatever, just like the Davy Jones crew.
Is it just like that Suicide Squad boomer kill?
Oh well, no.
I'm sorry. Captain Boomer gets a kill. Sorry.
Yeah, Captain Boomer.
Captain Boomer.
Captain Boomer. He's not even that old. So I just was Jock Corney like in his early 30s.
Oh, that was Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy was supposed to be Rick Flag in the original. So
The two are the same looking character.
No, he was supposed to be Rick Flag.
I know, but I'm just making jokes because Jai Courtney and Tom Hardy are
they similar?
They look the same. I think.
Tom Hardy and that fucking guy from Upgrade, though. Everybody made fun of that.
I remember that.
Those two, Jesus Christ. Those two fucking guys. I don't even know how the fuck two beautiful men exist. But anyway, speaking of beautiful men, Dwayne Johnson. Great actor. You know what? Can I just say this? It's weird that, like, Dwayne Johnson was the first wrestler to become an actor. Well, not first, but, first one to succeed.
Prominent.
Yeah. And now both Dave Bautista and fucking John Cena have actually surpassed him in my opinion. Like at least John Cena is doing different things with his roles, and Dave Bautista is actually really good. Like even like Blade Runner, he had a really small role in that.
Fantastic,
he was great in that. So it's weird. I don't know. He's in Dune too. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, and then John Cena, he at least does different things.
John Cena knows how to make fun of himself. Which Dwayne Johnson, I feel like he doesn't do that like at all.
Like, I feel like
it's super serious. He makes jokes, but he doesn't like. We all laugh at him making fun of Tyrese's big ass forehead, but I don't think there's ever a moment where he gets made fun of.
Yeah, they call him baby oil, and it's like, all right, that's about it.
Yeah, but then what does he do? He makes fun of Tyrese.
Yeah, you can't just take the joke.
That, so. Yeah, I will say in Central Intelligence though, which was not a very good movie, he at least pretended to be stupid really well. So. Because he was a dumbass in that movie. But, fun movie. We didn't need to talk about it too much.
Okay. But what else?
Okay. Pig. I saw Pig.
I watched
Did we all
that.
see that?
Pig.
Okay, we can talk about that too. I think that's about it when it comes to movies besides Suicide Squad. But, I also have been watching The Sopranos, which has been a wild ride. I'm at the end of season 3 right now. So I would say by the time... I'm hoping at least by the time we do our next podcast, I'll be done with that. So, because I'm already, there you go. There it is. The greatest TV show of all time. Family. Redefined. Hey, fuck Vin Diesel.
Did you hold on? I saw something really fucking funny on Facebook. Keep talking.
The Mad TV sketch actually makes sense now to me. So, I used to watch Mad TV all the time, and that fucking Sopranos sketch is amazing. Still.
Is this your first time watching Gore?
Yeah. This is my first time watching The Sopranos. It's funny. My family loves this series, but I never watched it myself. And we always had, for the longest time, we had the box set for the first season on VHS for the longest time, and I never watched it. Last scene from the Arthur series finale.
Whoa, hey now, spoilers.
Oh, okay. Because I know the ending.
Yeah, everyone knows the ending, but you got to get the context of why that ending.
Remember that fucking? Right, I remember being that, and people would speak. Did the cable cut out?
Yeah, that's what my parents thought too. Everybody, because they don't have the concept of an abrupt ending.
Yeah,
just like everything's spoon fed to them, and when someone's just like, "Hey, here's something not,"
and the internet was as prominent, so people can angry tweet.
Yeah. You got to have Tony Soprano driving out into the sun,
Yeah, it'd be like a Halo Reach, the ending to Halo Reach or something.
We should re-edit the whole entire final scene. Just have that survive at the top.
Survive.
The Sopranos is something I've always wanted to watch. One day it'll happen.
It's really good. You know what? A lot of people say it's dated, but it's actually every time there's something dated, like because it came out in the late '90s, early 2000s. I always like to just think it's a period piece. Like it was made today, and it was. It is a period piece
because it takes place in the current day.
It was modern times when it was first created, but it's I just think like, oh man, they nailed the '90s and early 2000s mainly because it came out and like they keep like they're still.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
That's where it takes place. So what's the problem with that?
I know, but some people think they think it's dated because there's a lot of like, all right, I'm gonna get real for a second. Actually, there's not that many slurs. Honestly, I was surprised by that because Tony Soprano, unsurprisingly, is a racist person. But he doesn't use too many slurs. I was surprised by that. He does say awful things, but he doesn't use too many slurs. But
thank you.
The way they treat women, though,
I'm sure.
It makes sense for the story.
Yeah.
But and they're strong women.
These guys are bad people. Come on.
Yeah, they're not good people.
There's a gun is R in the fucking title.
Yeah, exactly. And fucking the one young guy on the left, Chris, he's the third from the left. That guy is the fucking biggest piece of shit. Like, the entire first couple seasons, he's a dick.
The Sopranos and The
100%.
Wire are the two shows I want to like one day really sit down and just watch.
Yeah, I need to watch The Wire.
I really, you know what? I've been really fucking craving rewatching Breaking Bad. I just went back and started. I've been starting to.
I need to watch Better Call Saul first.
Yeah, I've been going back and watching just reactions to some of the bigger moments in Breaking Bad because reactions weren't really big back then. But man, when people would get to Ozymandias, that's like I need to go back and watch this show again. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
One day, I'm gonna, and then Better Call Saul. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that too.
What'd you go say, Kyle?
I'm just saying, try Sopranos and Wire. I think.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, Sopranos is great. I'm loving it. The third season started off really slow, but then there's something that happens in the fourth episode of season 3 that was like, whoa. And I was like, all right. And yesterday I watched 6 episodes after that because I made it through like it's pretty slow. And then yesterday I was just like, that episode 4 was hit, and I was like, fuck. Because it's unfortunate because season 3 has it was only slow because they had to rectify something because an actual cast member passed away in between seasons, so they had to, there was no Paul Walker CGI to finish the fucking season, even though there is some CG that's really bad, but yeah.
How many episodes is it?
I think it's 13 each season, and it's 6 seasons. Actually, no, the 6th season I think is 20 episodes. I could be wrong.
It's like Breaking Bad length. Like
I would say it's around it's probably around 60 something episodes.
I said on the Blue Rupees that I did get I bought a couple movies. I bought what's the why am I fucking blanking on his name? Who's Parasite guy?
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, what's his memoir movie? Was it
Memories of a Murder?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what it was. I bought that because they did the Criterion sale, so I bought that, and I bought the Twin Peaks movie. So I bought that, and I bought the whole Twin Peaks TV set.
I bought the Twin Peaks TV set too.
Yeah, so
it was on sale on Amazon.
Yeah, so that's also a thing I'm gonna end up watching. I'm kind of like, because work is fucking getting crazy, and I got some news today that it might even just get fucking nuts. That I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just gonna sit down in games for a little bit and just maybe after work just watch like 2 or 3 episodes or something. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. I really want Gore to once he's done with this, go back. I was telling him already. I was gonna say this, but I'm saying it on the podcast. Is I think lacking in reactions to his BoJack Horseman. I think there's like a big void of just no reactions for such a really popular show that people like to go back to.
What do you mean? They had the best reaction, right, Kyle?
Yeah.
No, you cannot do that.
Yeah. Family Guy had the best ever reaction to BoJack Horseman.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a fucking horse or whatever.
Funny words.
Funny words.
But yeah, it's definitely
a comedy.
That's a show you want to watch.
Technically, what a comedy. Yeah, I know. I heard it starts slow and then gets good.
Four episodes is slow, and then everything after that is fantastic.
Okay, we'll see.
Gore, what else you watch?
I think that's it. I'm pretty sure.
Suicide Squad.
Well, everything that we're gonna talk about.
I said really quick before Sopranos that I watched Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay.
But we're gonna talk about that. So
yeah.
I watched Suicide Squad twice actually. So
let's see. The only movie that I watched that I know Gore didn't, so I'm not sure if Kyle might have too though. I watched Stillwater.
No, I didn't watch that.
It was good. It's a slow burn for something that really shouldn't. Like, you could definitely tell a story faster than it needed to be, but I thought everything was cool. It was very realistic. It had a lot of gray area to it. Things happen, and you're just like, oh fuck, why the fuck would you do that? But otherwise, fantastic performances all around. I actually really, really enjoyed it. But yeah, like this movie feels like when you're watching it, you feel like it's not gonna be a slow burn. You're like, okay, we should be getting to the point right here, and there's just like a lot more, just not necessarily filler, but a lot of really very intricate character development for later on. But yeah, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So
secrets run deep.
Secrets run deep indeed.
I mean, it's based off a true...
I hate fucking tagline.
Yeah.
I know it's based on
Hey, maybe
I hate 'em too.
maybe reflecting on Blue Rupees. Maybe one of the things I know we always like doing this was for trivia. Maybe we'll dig on the IMDb and find the tagline thing. Like guess.
At this point, it would be impossible because Secrets Run Deep could be for like 500 movies that probably came out last year.
Well, what I would do is like we would like we'd guess once, and then if you don't get it, I'll give you a hint and just keep doing that. Maybe that'd be a way to do that.
That'd be fun. But
yeah. So and that's a lot easier than digging out actual trivia. So yeah, maybe we'll do that for next episode.
Oh yeah, IMDb tagline game. I think we did that once on the.
We did that. Yeah, we did that a couple times.
Old, moldy, disgusting, filthy
that piece
podcast.
Of shit.
It needed a remake.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about stuff that we all watched together.
Yeah. So I think that would be Old Pig, Green Knight, and
the Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So
and Eternal Sunshine will be at the end.
Yeah.
So let's start. Let's start with Pig.
All right.
Pig.
Great film. It's actually probably my favorite movie of this year so far. And I was surprised that this movie even existed. In a theater, no less, because it doesn't feel like a movie that would be, especially right now. It almost feels like a movie that Netflix would take a chance on. And kind of
it definitely feels like it definitely feels like a Netflix movie.
On the streaming site and then promote all these other garbage shit shows and stuff. But it feels odd because you think it's gonna be a revenge story, which I guess technically it kind of is, but it's not. It is definitely not John Wick.
It's not an action fist bumping thrill ride.
Yeah, there's only a few fists thrown, and Nicolas Cage doesn't throw any of them. And
no, you really you anticipate it the entire fucking time. You're just like waiting for like, all right, this is when shit's about to get fucking nuts, right?
Yeah, but because it doesn't happen, it almost reminds me. Remember, It Comes at Night. I think we mentioned this in the last podcast. Yeah, where it comes at night, like what comes at night? It's fucking nothing. And it's like here's like, oh man, he's gonna fucking shoot some people for this pig. He's like, no, he doesn't. What he does, he cooks for somebody.
He destroys people with his words. He like fucking emotionally and like with words fucks you up.
Yeah, he changes people's lives by just wordplay.
And that's
which Nicolas Cage never really had. Usually, I mean, it's funny that in the same year he had two roles where a big part of his character was words. You got Willy's Wonderland where he didn't say a fucking thing. That was his character. And this movie where he says things and he gets into your soul. I'm sure there's another movie out.
Yeah, Prisoners of the Ghostland. I was just about to say also the same thing.
I haven't seen that one.
It's it was cool to get subverted like that though, because I just it had that, and especially when you had that like fucking like underground fight moment, and you're like, oh, some shit's about to go fucking down, and then no, it just doesn't.
Yeah. He writes his name on a wall, and they're like, oh shit, let's beat him up, and then they do, and then he's like, well, they don't even explain that because he used to be a cook. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I still don't understand that.
What I love about this movie is that, you get that notion that it's going to be like this revenge thing. It starts off like that, the pig gets taken, and what this movie does with where it goes from there is they take it in such a realistic but interesting and kind of weird angle to it, where it's still realistic, like he's a chef and all that, but it's just like so weird and out of nowhere. But in the context of this movie, like they really do drama extremely well, I think. There's a few scenes in here that are just like, God damn, you're just glued to the screen because of the conversation.
Dude, when he's fucking roasting that chef, the
pretentious chef.
Yeah, and he only knew him for a couple weeks, I think. He like interned for him for a couple weeks.
Yeah, he thought he was trash, so he kicked him out.
Like 10 years earlier. And he thought he wasn't good, but he was like, he actually thought it was a good idea to start his own bar and like actually.
He remembered that shit too.
Yeah. That was great. I just love the performance of that guy too. He's just like he's like crying.
I should mention that discussion talks that we have in here is gonna be spoilers. I mean I feel like everyone should know that. But dude, and that moment when he asks, "Where's my pig?" and there's just silence, you're like, "Oh mother,
where's my pig?
Fucker!" Like Yeah, and I went to this blind, like I went to super blind, didn't know what the fuck it was about. And as soon as I saw I didn't know that. But then as soon as you saw you saw the headlights in the background, I'm like, oh, they're gonna fucking kidnap this motherfucker, right? And then it's gonna be a whole thing.
Yeah.
And dude, that whole moment was fucking incredible. I thought, like, just the breakdown, and then again, you'd think that there'd be like a punch thrown or something out of anger. It's like, no, he just leaves.
No. He just leaves. That's it.
Also, Alex Wolff is in every fucking movie I see every parent.
He's really
That guy's killing it.
Because
he's great.
Funny because he was really good in both the movies we saw. I thought. Old was a different type of performance, but
which was wild. Like seeing these so.
I liked them for a completely different reason, which we'll get to.
Yeah, seeing these not back to back, but like in the same like week, it was like fucking like, dude, this.
It was almost back to back for me because I saw Old the day after I saw fucking Pig, so it was like night and day.
He's killing it though, dude.
He looks like I thought he was great in Hereditary. Everybody gave him shit for that movie. I was like, I thought he was great. I don't know.
No, but he's getting all
him
with
his fucking brother. I always confuse him with Nat Wolf. Yeah, I changed that name. I got Nat Wolf. What the fuck? Call yourself Nate.
The lesser naked brother.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot they were the naked bro. Goddamn.
Yeah.
But I feel like Alex Wolff is in something else coming soon, right?
He's coming in.
Yeah, he's in Suicide Squad.
No.
Yeah, he was in the background. He got shot right in the face.
He doesn't show anymore on Wikipedia.
Oh, he's gone.
That was his final one.
He had his seconds of fame.
Well, whoops. But yeah, no, he was really good in this. I thought both of those two together were quite a team up.
Yeah, it was a really bizarre one too, but it just worked.
You know what's weird? It almost felt like them two together feels like it just felt right. It felt like it was like, oh, this is like the third movie with these two actors. It just felt natural. It's just like these two are always together or something. We're like, no, like they were really good together. I thought.
And I also thought that part at the end too. Like I think it kind of nailed the final moments of every character really well too, especially when Alex Wolff's character just like sits in the car, just like just cries, like he just pulls the thing and just lays down and cries. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
Good. Dude, that scene when he was with his dad was pretty rough.
Mm-hmm.
He cries a lot too. I just realized that.
Yeah,
Old he cries.
Cry boy.
Hereditary cries. This he cries.
Crybaby.
He's a sheltered little man, you know.
Yeah, little pussy.
His dad's a famous chef or whatever, and he wants to be like him.
But his dad doesn't give a fuck about him, dude. Whenever he's like talking, hey dad's nothing.
I forgot he was in the Jumanji movies. Goddamn.
Yeah.
I'm sure I cried while watching that.
Hell
yeah. Those were movies.
Pig. I think Pig shows a Nicolas Cage. Man, the guy can really fucking act. He doesn't always have to be a big meme parade. He doesn't always have to make you laugh and think of it as a so bad it's a good movie. He can actually fucking act, man.
Yeah, and you know what? He has an Oscar for a reason.
A
lot of people are saying he might get a nomination for this one, which, by the way, looking at the release schedule for this year, I wouldn't be surprised.
Is it not too stacked?
We got a new Cohen brother movie coming out. I say brother because there's only one. It's that Macbeth movie.
A lot of scenes really stood out to me. Like, still just kind of, everything was like poignant enough that it stuck out to me. Like even the one where he went to the bakery, remember?
Yeah, with his old baker.
Yeah, and then everything was like.
And then he's like, "Let me get that bread."
I love how he grabbed one. Not that one. He grabs another one.
Yeah.
Gets one for Alex, which was a cool little show there. But I loved how everyone fucking respected the shit out of him too, because she was like, "Yeah, you were fucking incredible." And then just gave him a hug, even though this fucking dude's like distant, disheveled, looking like a fucking homeless man. And
he was covered in blood. Half the movie's covered in blood.
Yeah,
like his own blood. Which if it was John Wick, it'd be the other way around. He's like the opposite of John Wick. Actually, no, he's like John Wick except he's a cook because he's a badass. He could pick up a thing and know exactly.
And he lost a pet.
Yeah, and he lost a pet. Chunkier pet, but whatever. Eventually.
Do you think that's why we thought it was such a revenge movie? We're just so programmed that John Wick, they took my pet and I want to fucking kill him.
If you watch the trailer, it makes it seem like it's like an indie John Wick.
Okay,
where
I
it
never watched
ends
the
up
trailer.
not even being that. The trailer's not action packed or anything, but it makes it seem like
he's like, "Where's my pig?
Where's my pig?" Yeah, and then he like pulls out a fucking 9mm and goes to town. It just like intercuts footage from that movie Mandy in there.
Yeah, watch that.
He got that big ass fucking weapon, wherever the fuck he has. Anyway, yeah.
Pig was fantastic though. I fucking loved it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. I thought it was fantastic. It was a good time.
Where does it land on your list, Adrian, if you have one?
Yeah, I've been making one now. Let's see. I think it's number 2 or 3. I think it's 2.
Okay, what's number 1?
Can I guess what number 1 is?
Yeah, of course you can.
Is it Suicide Squad?
It's either gonna be fucking dumbass Bo Burnham or
It's probably Bo Burnham actually.
Or F9. That'd be cool.
No, it better not be F9.
No.
Old. He loved it that much.
In the fucking Heights.
No, In the Heights is number 9 on my list. No, it's number 9. No, number 6. Sorry. No, Inside's number 1 still. Yeah. I like I said with that movie,
it just melted in my brain. He made me cry.
Dude, that fucking that movie's fucking music just lives rent free in my head and still like on regular rotation in my playlist. Also, I just respect the shit out of how he directed everything, just on his own. I fucking just loved everything, just analyzing that shit out of that.
Yeah, but Nicolas Cage and a pig. I don't know.
It's true. It's very hard.
That's true. The pig was really good. Hey, he found those truffles like a motherfucker. Hey, my pigs in Stardew Valley take the fucking longest time to find truffles. So
we'll talk about that at the end of the month.
And you know what? Fucking no, fuck blueberry peas. You know what? That's another thing I want to bring up.
Sorry, my Stardew Valley.
So badass. He didn't even need the fucking pig to find truffles. He could do it himself. He could smell them. He said, right?
Yeah.
He could taste the air and find them. What a badass. Probably biggest badass of the year. And we didn't see him do anything physically badass.
Just Adam
and I will say,
when
you found out the pig died, I teared.
Dude, that whole moment though, like when you see it, it just goes silent.
That's a good pig. Yeah.
It's wild.
And he like breaks down.
Yeah.
For a pig too. Everybody thought this was gonna be like a joke movie, like that fucking other movie, the Willy
Lamb.
Willy Spunker Lamb.
The Animal Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was a real movie.
Willy's Wonder World.
Yeah, Wendy's Wonder.
I like how they used the
Balin's Willy Wonderworld.
I like how they used each like breakdown of the character like really well. Like it was that, and then the moment where he just kicks the shit out of Alex Wolff's car. Yeah, because he just had enough.
And even fucking like just the dad, like you don't even see him until like an hour into the movie. Fucking Alex Wolff's dad. And then you find out like, oh, his mom didn't kill her. She tried to kill herself, but it failed, and that's why he's like kind of a dick, and he's a little, and they still have her on life support. And
then makes her
like
fucking
when he makes the fucking meal and
the dinner the way that he heard it, and he just like I remember every meal. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, he remembers every meal he ever made.
You're wild.
He's a superhero.
He's a superhero.
I mean, fair, he's been 10 years in the woods. So I mean, what else are you gonna do besides remember shit you did in Bass? Right? What the fuck are you gonna do? Remember all the time I went in the forest and got truffles again?
Don't forget me.
Me and the pig hanging out. That means he had that pig for 10 years.
What the pig doing?
Yeah, what
that pig doing?
Yeah. Go outside.
All right. Next movie we're talking about is The Green Knight.
Okay. Well, this one's not going to be as as widespread acclaim as a pig, because I know Kyle loved it. I couldn't stand it.
Really?
What? No, I'm just kidding. Kyle couldn't stand it, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
To put it bluntly, I just did not care about this movie, how it was made. It just felt wrong, and I just honestly didn't care.
Felt wrong? What does that mean?
It just
I guess I could see
wrong.
what he means in the beginning. In the beginning, I was feeling like, okay, this feels a little bit more like, because I was expecting it to be very, I don't know, like, I thought it was going to be way more like really dive deep into like the fantasy stuff in the beginning, which they do a little bit, but
much.
Yeah, and they start doing that, especially with a lot of the fucking editing later on, where it's just like cutting, and it's just like, oh, now he's here, now he's there, oh, he ate a mushroom, he's all fucked up. The fox starts talking. Like, by the way, they spoiled that in the trailer. I don't know why they did that, because that's a big.
I didn't watch that.
But the trailer spoils that the fox talks to him, which is weird. But not big moment or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a really great movie that I think starts off slow, in my opinion.
It really does, yeah. 100%.
And it does have some weird moments. And not
say
weird
lightly though.
No. I mean weird as in like structure and
Okay.
Like just didn't work for me. Like no, it definitely has weird fucking moments. Don't get me wrong. But those are the great moments. That's what the trailer, the second trailer especially. Like the second trailer is incredible. I think still, and it makes it look like a different movie than it actually is. But yeah, like if you watch it, not knowing anything about the Arthurian legend. And the actual story of the Green Knight, then you'll be a little confused by what the hell is going on. I think
so. Yeah.
I heard a lot of people like this because it's a very, very faithful adaptation until the end.
Yeah.
The end changes. Yeah. So.
Because
it changes the ending. Everything else is perfect from what I heard. Like it actually is really well done. And then the ending they change things, but I didn't hear anybody say it's bad. I just heard it's like, oh, it's a different ending. Almost.
Sure.
Because the ending, I could be wrong. The ending of the Green Knight, I read this somewhere that it ends with him leaving, and then everybody in the Knights of the Round Circle, or whatever. That's King Arthur, right? And they wear like the same thing he wore, as the little sash, as a reminder not to be a coward.
Yeah,
that's the end of the story.
Yeah,
don't be a coward. Here's a sash to remind you. Don't be a coward. And that's not what happens. And honestly, if that's the end of the story, I like this ending better. But
so I'm a fucking idiot. I've known about this movie for a long time. I know about the movie for a long time, and I've always heard about it. As someone who's taken early English literature class, I don't know why I didn't fucking connect that it was Sir Gawain. Yeah, so I was like, I just kept hearing the Green Knight, it's fantasy. I'm like, okay. I don't know why it just never clicked in my head. It was like, oh, it's Sir Gawain. Okay.
You thought it was a sequel to Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah, there you go. So I never clicked in my head that's what I was watching, which was awesome because I actually, it was cool to revisit that. And yeah, it was very faithful until the end. I love the cinematography of it. I thought it looked fucking great. Yeah. It gave me
it looked great.
It gave me really weird, like at moments, the witch vibes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got the two parents from the witch in there. You got King Arthur's wife. What's her name? The wife. I always forget her name.
My wife.
My wife. That's the mother from. That's the mother from the witch, and then the Green Knight is the father. That's why he has that awesome fucking voice. I love that guy's fucking voice. Ralph Ineson. His voice is amazing.
Ray Fiennes.
Ralph
Sarita.
Ineson. Maybe
Sarita
Cuddery.
Ray Fiennes, dude.
Really? That's her name? I thought her name.
Oh no, sorry, Katie Dickey. I was reading someone else.
No, I'm talking about the wife. I'm talking about of King Arthur. In the story, I've seen a lot of King Arthur movies, so yeah. You got Robin Hood, you got Maid Marian, and then
Katie Dickey is the queen.
I know, but what's her name in King Arthur's story?
Oh, in the story.
I know in the movie she doesn't have a name, but yeah, in the King Arthur story she has a name. It's not just Queen. Yes.
I didn't say it on the cast list.
I know in the cast list because they don't even call him King Arthur. They just call him King.
Yeah.
They don't even say Arthur at any point.
King.
But
yes, King.
Yeah, no. So it'd been a while, so it was cool to revisit that because this was like the beginning of me getting my bachelor's. But no, I guess the cinematography was on point.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
It does get really fucking weird, and I was like, I'm sure if
that's what I liked.
I'm sure if people were in here not understanding what the fuck's going on, that they would not understand what the fuck's going on. And I think when they had the ejaculate scene, I heard some guy go, "What?"
Yo, that guy just come. No, well, this is the thing. That whole scene confused me. Not the ejaculate. I get that.
Confused you.
But, yeah, that's what happens when the girl from Ex Machina makes you come. What confused me was that's Alicia Vikander. She was also playing his girlfriend earlier in the movie. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It was like they just got. I thought the whole fucking like the Lord Joel Edgerton's character and that wife was like an illusion, but it wasn't. It was real people. I'm like, what is happening? That confused me. Everything else was weird, but it was like, all right, it's fantasy. Big tall ladies with.
Did you like Falcon and Winter Soldier girl?
Oh yeah, when she showed up, I was like, "Oh, there's those fucking freckles." She was all right. She was the most out of place. I feel like she seemed more modern than everybody else. Just the way
Sure,
she
yeah.
looked. I was just like, it's a little weird. But I did like her scene because it had like a really funny quote about like, yo, my head's in there, go get it. It's like, all right, and he goes in, and then she's gone. I'm like,
Oh wait,
"Fuck,
no,
man,
I like his quote. It was, what do I get if I return it?
Yeah.
Why would you ask me that?
Why would you ask me that? Well, yeah, I have to go in the fucking water. Ew, nasty. And I grab your head. That's not my fault. I didn't do it. But it's all because it's all about like him being honorable. That's all about.
It's a hero's quest.
That's one of his tests. Yeah, but that's one of his tests is that he's greedy, I guess, because he wants something in return. When the one guy asks, "Hey, give me coin for that. How come he didn't pay me?" and he only gives him one. That's I watched a video about this. That's because there's like 5 traits for like being an honorable knight, and he fails every one of those traits. And throughout the movie, each one of those tests is a part of the like when he goes to the Lord and he's like, I want something in return, and he's like, yo, give me those luscious lips, and he's like, nah. It's like, he kisses him, he's like, that's it, that's all you get. He's like, all right. It's like he fails every test, and at the end he finds because it's like almost a video game when you get like you do all the wrong choices.
It's like in Walking Dead season 1 when you make dumb choices and that guy's like just railing you for every single bad choice you made.
Yeah. Except that one, you still get the same ending. Here, you got the bad ending. You fucked up. Now you gotta go back. And it kind of is a video game if you think about it, because he sees the vision. And he's like, "Oh shit, I fucked up."
And he reloads a save.
You know what? Take this shit off.
Yeah, he reloads a save.
Yeah, he reloads a save. He wants to see the other ending. But yeah, no, it was a really good-looking movie.
It felt weird because usually, I mean, the only movies that people really stick around for afterwards are comic book movies. But this one has the post credits. Yeah. I knew that.
Yeah, it does.
And so I was like, I felt bad because I was the only one in the theater, and the 2 girls that were having to clean afterwards, they wait for everyone to have to leave. I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I know it's not gonna be worth it, the post credits, but I'm still gonna watch it. So there's a wait in these credits. Take fucking
Sam
forever.
Jackson comes in.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Green Knight, I want to invite you. Dude.
You ever heard of
wait, no, there's your head. Fuck.
Shit.
Yeah, Adrian. I know how that feels. We hate you.
Yeah.
There you go.
We hate you.
Then it's not my fault. A24 put a fucking post credits.
That's true.
Fuck
it's really weird that they did too, and it wasn't really worth it.
No, it wasn't. I knew it wasn't gonna be, but I'm like, I'm gonna watch it though.
Yeah.
That reminds me. I forget what movie it was. I fell asleep for one movie and they had to wake me up. I forget what it was though. I'm sure I told it on the podcast.
Did you fall asleep during Thor Ragnarok?
No, I did, but that was some movie that was like it's some indie movie that was like, and it was at the AMC where I was like background just like snoozing away, and they're like, "Excuse me," I'm like, "Oh fuck, that movie sucks."
Wow,
I forget what it was. Yeah, no, that was Thor Ragnarok too. I remember that was because that's when I didn't watch Marvel movies, and I had a friend invite me to go watch.
That's when it was pure.
Well, that background was Kyle, Kyle
watches them. He just hates them.
And I had a friend invite me, and I was like, yeah, sure. And they asked me to go to like a 10:30 showing, and I was already really fucking tired. And then during the previews, one of them was fucking hysterically laughing at every goddamn fucking trailer.
No.
I forget what comedy movie was coming around. Do you remember what comedy movie?
Oh, it was a Game Night. You kept
no, that happened at Game Night as well. But there was some comedy movie that was coming out.
Horrible Bosses 2.
Around Thor Ragnarok. No. I forget what it was.
I don't know. Bad Moms.
Oh. I might.
41-year-old virgin. How come they didn't do a sequel to 40-year-old virgin? I guess he lost it at the end. Spoilers. I guess what are you gonna do now?
No, it wasn't. I'm trying to remember what it was, but yeah, she just kept fucking hysterically laughing. Even some trailers I thought were just fucking dumb as shit. She just fucking lost it, and fucking of course Thor Ragnarok just hysterically laughing. Son of a bitch! Oh my, just fucking funniest goddamn things I've ever heard. And I was like, all right, well, this like. There's
a part where someone says "son of a bitch."
Yeah, I don't remember the beginning of Thor Ragnarok when a Thor, son of a bitch. Yeah. Funniest
Daddy's
joke ever.
Home 2? Was it Daddy's Home 2?
Oh, it was Daddy's Home 2. He was seeing Daddy's Home 2.
It was some fucking preview. It might have been. It was some. I remember specifically there was one movie that was not fucking funny. And that's
definitely Daddy's Home 2. Yeah. Daddy's Home 2 is about the
Mom's
funniest.
Christmas.
Might have been that too.
Wait, what movie?
Bad Moms Christmas.
Yeah, there you go. I said Bad Moms before.
But it's seriously like the first 15 minutes, she's fucking losing her shit, and I was tired. I'm like, and it was my favorite theater, so I had really comfortable seats. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna phase out of this movie, and I did. I felt bad for my friend, but I was like, I'm dipping out. And then I watched that movie. I was like, I didn't like it, but then I thought about it 2 seconds later. I'm like, I didn't watch it. I slept the entire time, and that was my favorite one. Go figure. But yeah, no, I really loved Green Knight. It was it was very different from a lot of things I've been watching lately, which is nice.
Yeah, and you know what? It had like a pretty small budget, but it looked really good. Like the amount of stuff they did with that, like a lot of good, not even like special effects. Like when they have the tall ladies there and stuff, like you could tell it was just like actual people there, and they just like fucking composite them in and stuff. They probably added a little bit of special effects and makeup, obviously, make them look fucked up. That made me realize like you could do a good Attack on Titan movie if you really fucking tried. Not that I give a shit if they do. I never really cared for Attack on Titan, but whatever. But it looks great. It is only I think the budget. It's weird. It says anywhere from $9 to like $20 million budget, and I'm like, yeah, all right, anywhere. If it's on the lower end, that's really impressive. If it's on the higher end, that's still pretty impressive. So
sure.
Yeah, it looked great. So great cinematography, great performance from Dev Patel. He came like a man. I don't blame him. And the ending I thought was fantastic. I thought the supporting cast was really good too. Joel Edgerton was good. Alicia Vikander was good.
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah, Barry Keoghan, our boy from Killing of a Sacred Deer.
I remember that face, and it's just been And I was like, I was like, where the fuck do I see his face? It's because I always look at that fucking cover, wanting to rewatch that movie. I'm always looking at that cover. His face on that fucking cover.
He was in he was in something else in between.
Yeah, I looked him up.
And this. I forgot what else. Like we've seen.
Yeah,
that we like. I'm pretty sure.
Let me go look. I know there was. I looked him up. I was like, I know that fucking face.
I just want to say, even though I did not honestly care for this movie, the ending I did think was great. How that whole scene when he actually goes up to where the Green Knight is, he sits. There's that cut from day to night.
Yeah, he just sits there until he wakes up.
That was a great cut, and just like the whole thing about like him thinking about the route he could go if he doesn't do it, and that was fantastically done.
Yeah, I mean, with no dialogue too, and it's just like just seeing how he's gone from hopeful knight to king, and he just shits all
the bed.
Maybe I should die. Maybe
I should die.
He's like, maybe I should die, and he takes off his.
Guess I'll die.
It's left up to our interpretation that like maybe he doesn't get killed, maybe he just changes his way. I like to think he just got his head fucking cut off.
I love the way
I think it is insinuated, even with the post-credit scene, it's insinuated that he might have lived.
But I love that.
In the Green Knight.
And when he said "now all for your head," it was more like a joking.
Yeah, I love that. That delivery is so good,
dude. I love that guy, Ralph Ineson. Shout out. And the makeup. Really I would not. Hey, if they wanted to make a statue of the Green Knight, I would buy it. He looked fucking sick.
Just the way he strokes his face.
Yeah, it would definitely be nominated for best makeup. Just for him. Yeah, I mean, he's just like, come here, bitch. Everybody strokes his fucking face, which is fine. I get it.
He's got a struggle face.
Actually, no. Cruella will get makeup.
Fuck. Fucking hell. God damn it.
All right.
Oh, darling. Fuck off.
That was the Green Knight. Let's talk about old.
Old.
All right, old. All right, can I just say it right here?
Yes, you can.
It's a movie. It's an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Meaning it could either be really fun and then fuck it up towards the end, or just be really fun and then it has a pretty solid twist at the end, right?
Not amazing, just pretty solid.
Because even his worst movies, besides The Last Airbender, his worst movies are really fun. I thought, The Happening is a really fun bad movie. I don't care what anybody says. That's a movie that is such a fun movie.
That is a movie that's been on my rainy day list since it came out.
That'd be a fun movie to watch.
Yeah, we should watch that. I've said it a few times.
I've got a handful of movies I've got ready to pick, and I'm sure at some point it's going to be a pick.
Lady in the Water has the world's dumbest fucking twist. I hate it. Like everybody says The Village, but I think Lady in the Water is way worse. But that's a fun movie. I don't know why.
Dude, if we get to far enough on this podcast, we just go through all the M Night. Dude, that'd be great Ranksters movie or episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's do it. That's good.
Whenever Ranksters comes back.
But I mean, I really liked his last two movies. Glass a little less so, but still really enjoyed it.
Okay. When Glass came out, you guys did not like it. You guys made it seem like you did not like it. Oh,
I liked it.
I didn't mind it at all.
Go back.
No, go back. I liked it. I had some problems with it, but I still liked it.
Yeah, I never hated it.
Well, I think you guys
promise.
are both
I can promise that.
Go back to that oldie moldy podcast, and you will see Adrian and Gore.
I can tell you why, because I told you guys. I remember saying this is. I know Gore was a little disappointed with that because there was a dumb moment there for sure, like specifically a really dumb moment. But I remember saying that I didn't mind because I had no stake in this because you guys had this idea of oh shit, this is a sequel to this really fantastic movie. I just watched it. So I was like, okay,
you saw Split, so you saw most of the trilogy.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't have an idea what the fuck.
What Unbreakable meant.
Yeah. Well, so I didn't mind.
I'm okay with what happens in Glass. In retrospect, I'm okay. But at the time, I thought that was the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
It still is kind of stupid.
Yeah, well, and we're talking. Well, I guess we could spoil.
Yeah,
Glass
we're spoiled the fuck out of it.
When they fucking drown Bruce Willis in a puddle, I still reference that. By the way, every time I see someone like in a meme video fall into a puddle, I either reference it or I think about like that's how Bruce Willis died in that movie.
And like the whole climax of this wasn't even like that epic. They made it seem like it was gonna be like this wild thing in the trailers, and never. I
was okay with that. Actually, I preferred that over like giant battle.
Sure, because it made it more realistic, which is the whole point of that.
That's not what Unbreakable was about.
Right.
There was one fight scene in that entire movie, and it was tense, and that was it. That was
but
good.
The outcome of this one was.
Holy fuck! Oh my god, dude. I cannot tell you. I was fucking loving this movie.
I was really enjoying it too.
The beginning to almost to the end. The
last 25 minutes.
It was like 15. Okay. I can tell you the exact shot it should have ended at, and then oh my god! But I was so into the vibe. The last shot is when M. Night's like he's like oh, and then he drives away. It should just cut when he drives away. Ambiguous ending, whatever. I don't care. Fucking nerds.
Because now you can put your own ending in there. You don't have to have M. Night tell you it.
So much better than pulling the rug and say, "Whoops, oops a daisy. Here's what actually is going on."
It's like this old rock
really
that
quick.
Makes everybody old.
I'm totally gonna forget about this. So let me say this real quick before we get to that. My favorite part of the movie was when I think it was when she got pregnant. And I saw one.
Is that your favorite part?
I saw one guy in the middle of the.
That was fucked up. I couldn't believe that was a PG. I said that. Did that fucking little girl just get pregnant in the fucking trailer? And people said, "Nah, that's not what's happening." I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's." But in the comments, people were saying like, "Nah, that's not what happened." And then I see the movie. I'm like, "That's exactly what fucking happened."
I watched. So no, my favorite part of that was that because I looked in the middle of the audience. I saw one dude just. Right when you see her just with the baby bump, I saw him go, just hold his head.
Okay. I thought you did.
No, he just started freaking out, just grabbed his head, like just shocked.
Yeah, that was fucked up. You know what? That's how you get away with doing a horror movie nowadays with a PG-13 rating. You don't show the gore, you just show some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
It's just like,
there was some fucked up moments in here.
That was more disturbing than anything in like any horror movie I've seen in the last couple of years.
But next to what's her name getting all crumpled up in the fucking.
Oh, that was hilarious. Me and everybody in my theater was laughing at that stuff. That was fucking.
She tried to throw a rock. It healed it in the wrong position, and you're like, fuck.
They didn't need to explain that because that would have been a great sight, just as is. But they're like. It keeps healing in the wrong place. I'm like, yeah, we got it. We're at the end of the movie. We know the premise of the fucking thing. We already did the whole fucking remove the tumor thing.
That was just, oh my god.
Yeah,
it's the size of a softball. It's the size of a baseball. It's a melon.
Can I say the acting in this fucking movie? Mid-sized sedan. Can we just talk about?
Oh my god, I was laughing so hard. Holy fuck.
That was good.
By the way,
the guy literally says, "My name is
Mid-size
mid-sized sedan." Like, whoa, my god.
Is his surname
Holy
Sedan?
shit. Oh my god.
One of my favorite articles about this movie was this is based on a story called Sandcastle.
Yeah.
Which does not have the same ending, and also the article says it does not have a character named Midsize Sedan, and that was the article. It was just like the original book does not have a character named Midsize Sedan, and I was like, huh, because I read that article before I saw the movie, so I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And then I watched the movie, I'm like,
did you think when they got an M. Night Shyamalan's thing, you're like, wait, is this the Midsize Sedan?
Yeah, I thought like the article was like, one of those really fucked up translated articles. I was like, what? There has to be something to do with Midsize Sedan. And I'm like, no, his name was Midsize Sedan.
Kyle, so you were seething.
I hated the ending and ruined the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just say one thing? This movie had way more endings than like The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. This movie had so many fucking endings. Now go ahead. I just want to get that out.
Why do all the scientists behind it shit? Why make it like Resident Evil, like Umbrella?
It felt
like Resident Evil. Yeah.
Ironically enough, it felt very. I don't like to really get like in this. I personally don't care, but when I dug into like the idea of it, like again, it doesn't affect the way I think of it. But it felt very tone deaf to what we're dealing with in the world currently. How it's like.
This movie was probably filmed before.
No, I think it was filmed during.
No, it was filmed during pandemic.
Was it filmed during?
Yeah, like M. Night bought it, like paid everyone's hotel, and they were like in like a secluded island, which is why they didn't really get.
Well, he probably wrote it way before fucking.
Maybe, but it's fun because again, I personally I wanted to reiterate, it's not affecting my enjoyment of the movie, but when you go back and think about it, it's like it seems kind of weird that like sacrificial people in terms of trying to find medicine for everything. It's like I feel like probably not the best time for that kind of.
Yeah, definitely don't bring up something that probably does happen in the real world.
But like the way it's like with I mean again, not to get political, but like people like rejecting medicines and all that stuff and vaccines, like it just feels like a weird thing to go after right now.
That was a little much when the old lady said it was the old lady that said she doesn't want to get like there's somebody that said they don't like to get like medicine or whatever,
right. I think it was like
there's a character like that. I don't remember now.
It was just a really weird time. I remember thinking that, weird, and it was like, okay.
I love this poster, by the way.
It's
great.
Dude, the whole rolling up into it though, like it was getting tense, and you just keep seeing shit happen. Then little by little, the characters age more and more and more. And dude, the second this movie, especially when you're kind of like where I'm at, like mentally having a lot of existentialism because I'm turning 30 in a little bit, and then just seeing like little things like. His eyes just get fuzzy, and you're like, "Oh, fuck, he can't see anymore."
Yeah,
that shit was wild.
Don't worry, we'll all be dead after the sun explodes in a couple years, so you won't even deal with that. So, or COVID-3 comes and fucking ends us. So who knows? It's a widespread, like a tidal wave of Corona, just takes us all out.
It's like that water. The water's gonna roll up to you and just burn you to bones.
It's like that Annette poster. It's a giant tidal wave, and we won't be dancing though. We will be dead. But I loved all of this movie until the last 25 minutes too. I'd say about 25 minutes because really, right when it's revealed that now they're like the last two kids are like in their 40s or whatever. That's when they're like, oh, let's make a sandcastle. Get it? Because the original thing is called Sandcastle. All that, and then the coral reefs. That's we should have decoded that message earlier. Like all that shit was so stupid. But at that point, all the dialogue is fucking
acting
terrible,
was really shitty.
Dude, the acting is so shit in this movie. I couldn't believe it.
Okay,
great actors too. Gal Garcia Bernal is terrible. So good.
Vicky Krieps. She was in Phantom Thread. Great actress in that movie. She's great. But man, people were dogging on her in this.
Yeah, she was really bad.
Everyone, I think almost universally.
I like her too. I really liked her in Phantom Thread.
Universally, everything was bad, but to a point where I enjoyed how bad it was.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed everything about it. Honestly, the best actor in there, we made fun of him, but Midsize Sedan, I thought he was the best. He had the best reactions to everything. And then they kill him off, and I was upset. I wanted to put on Twitter, yo, justice for mid-sized sedan. That
You should
would have been a
still do
spoiler.
that.
So, yeah,
You can
maybe
do it
I'll do
now.
And it was
You can
also
do it
like
now.
such an anticlimactic way he went out too.
Right? Because his last scene is him like looking out in the water, and then in the next scene he's just like stab, 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 stab. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I thought they were gonna do something like some racism shit too. There, I guess they kind of skipped that. He's just like a crazy dude. I forgot the actress name.
He probably was because I mean he did go after Ken Leung or whatever you call his last name. I forget how you say it.
Well, I think they were suspicious of him anyway because he was the only one on the beach and there's a dead body there too. So you could say like, not justified obviously, but at least you could say he had suspicions because he was the only one on the beach and there's a dead person there.
And he was just chilling.
So, yeah. He was just chilling. Exactly. He was just.
And then he goes, yeah, I was with her.
And he was bleeding too. And he was bleeding. Yeah, and he admitted it too.
He's like,
he was calm about it. So, but killers can be calm. You gotta watch out. But I already fully trusted Midsize Sedan because his name is Midsize Sedan. So immediately I already warmed up to his character because I like that name. But justice for him. He got killed off like he was nothing. The death scenes are really good in this though. Like they're all besides that one. They're all like either really funny or really grim and graphic,
or just like wildly out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like Mid-sized Sedan. I even thought like what's her name? I'm gonna climb up the rock.
Yeah.
Right? And they're like, nah, she's falling asleep. Boom, dead. Like damn, they just feel like a 6-year-old.
And then he goes like, hey, I'm gonna go swim out there. I'll be good. I was in the swim team. 5 minutes later, just body just.
I mean, I guess they didn't realize, like, oh, that's probably what the girl did. That's why her fucking body swam up earlier. They weren't thinking that. I don't know.
So
like,
well, she had MS. So presumably what happens is that her body just shut the fuck down.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was why she was on the island. Well, Kyle's gone, by the way.
Oh, he's a ghost.
That's what he was saying was, I met her. She had MS, so we were just vibing out and just talking about life. And so presumably what happened is she swam and then just MS got her.
Right.
But yeah, and that falls in line too with what the whole twist was let's get everyone with the disease and bring them down. Oh, let's have a moment of silence for Group 76 or whatever the fuck it was.
76, yeah.
Soldier 76.
Group 69. I wonder who was part of that group. I hope a lot of funny people, because that's a funny number. But yeah, it was a fun movie. I want him to stop being frozen and come back.
It sucks because how really good that premise was and how well done they ran with it. You know,
I knew it was gonna have a stupid twist. I mean, if you're gonna explain it, it's gonna be something stupid. And I appreciate that they didn't go the obvious dumb twist route where you find out like. It's like I thought they were gonna do something where they try to explain it, where it's like some fucking like it's like some simulation thing, and they're all in the fucking thing, and or something stupid like that. I'm glad that they just said, it's just some rocks that make you old. But there are people that are doing it. Because I knew the hotel had something to do with it, because they fucking said, hey, go to that beach. It was very obvious.
Right.
They even like he talked to his wait, is the recording still good? Like,
yeah, we're still good.
Left? Okay. He even talked to his like that guy who was talking to his grandson or whatever fuck, not grandson, his son,
nephew.
Nephew was that was his son.
He said my uncle doesn't like the coral.
Uncle, okay, yeah, all right, so yeah.
I was thinking about what kind of twist it could have been too, and I mean, at that point, I didn't really. I mean, obviously, like for audience, you need one to end it. But I think it was just a cool idea was that they just got trapped out there and it just fucked them up.
Right.
I did think that they could have pushed further with how old the mom and dad got because they really didn't look that old. Like
they did.
They should have like grayed their hair or something, but dude still looked totally healthy by the end of it.
Yeah, right. It's just the vision and her hearing. That's
and it's like they still look like they were like totally cool, but they should really grade their hair. They did everything else. They've got the wrinkles in and all that, but it's like just grade the hair. What the fuck?
It was very subtle. Like the makeup was way more subtle than I thought. Considering, look at the poster.
Yeah.
It's like I just thought it'd be a little bit more. Just over the top. I was expecting like hunchback old lady at one point to show up, and we almost got that kinda, but hunchback in a different way because what's her name was she had I forgot what
the calcium deficiency, which was
calcium deficiency. yeah, I mean, I guess we got that, but it wasn't the same thing. And she had like the makeup on, so she looked all fucked up.
Yeah.
Hey, kudos to that actress for doing all that, because she looked fucked up at the end.
Dude.
she looked like a nightmare.
She just has the thing covering her the entire time too.
Yeah, yeah. And then of course all of her bones are getting broken.
Oh God.
And she's like flailing around.
Turn that light off.
That was funny.
Oh God.
Everybody in my theater was laughing at that part. That was fucking great.
Was like, what
I think that's supposed to be kind of a funny scene. M. Night's like fucked up, like mid-sized sedan humor.
Isn't he the hero in one of those movies?
Yeah, in Lady in the Water.
Saves the world, right?
Yeah, Lady in the Water. The whole. Welcome back, Kyle. We're talking about Lady in the Water now. Lady in the Water. He is the hero because that whole movie's about like. I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's all about writing. I'll just say, and he is the writer in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it one day.
And
that's all I heard.
And he does some writing shit.
I remember on the Next Super podcast way back in the day. They're like, and he saved the world in his own fucking movie.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, if you're gonna make your own movie, make yourself a badass.
But yeah, no.
Welcome back, Kyle.
Kyle, go ahead and talk a little bit more about this stuff. So what I mentioned to Gore was that I think the parents should have been aged more. Like they could have ran with that more. Like they didn't even have gray hair. Like it kind of still looked young. Like at the end of it, all I got was some wrinkles and like lost sight and lost
the blurred vision and then
which again. So that part did make sense too. Like the mom runs and tells her kids to go run away.
I didn't understand it too because like did they? All right, so he had like some eye condition, right? Did they bring that up?
No, I think he just got old.
I don't understand. Like that's like saying every old person in the world, once they get old, they're gonna either lose their sight or lose their hearing.
No,
that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, no. The old woman earlier in the movie was fine until she died. Obviously.
Yeah, they had to go with some way, and that was the only thing was because they were both healthy, but they just said, okay, well, old people have to lose a sense.
They didn't want to. They didn't have the budget for makeup, and they didn't have Johnny Knoxville's crew to fucking make them look old. So they just
James Gunn has gray hair. Look at that guy.
Yeah, look at him. Johnny Knoxville too.
No best makeup for old.
Well, you could have just grayed some hairs, like.
Unless they want to give it to whoever made up the design for the woman with the broken limbs flailing around. That was pretty good. I looked pretty good. Yeah, I thought. Well, it looked good in a goofy way.
I love the continual.
It's a great idea too.
The continual breakdown of the psychiatrist girl too, because every time something would happen, she would just let everyone. We could talk about it.
Yeah. I enjoyed pretty much everything about the movie in its own way until the end, where it got really not even preachy. Like it felt preachy, but wasn't actually preaching.
You're a police officer, right?
Yeah, you get it. Remember, we talked to you earlier. It's just like it felt like he was thinking to himself like, this is really clever setup. Like this kid talks to all these people in the beginning, and now he knows there's a police officer, so he's gonna. And he has the kid that do the deciphering code shit. Like, oh, that's how he'll find out about the coral reef. I was just like,
it's all too ludicrous and random, and it has like nothing to do with the rest of the movie. It just makes the whole rest of the movie feel like pointless or stupid, you know?
Yeah. When he could have just deciphered that message and everybody would be fine. Well, besides the old lady, there's no way in hell she would have been fine.
And ran the dog too.
There.
Rip.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fucking dog. I forgot the dog was in there.
I liked this movie when it was loopy and trippy and weird and like, amusing, funny.
How old are you? We're 13. Or no, we're 6.
Yeah.
We're 6, yeah.
I love M. Night's weird stilted dialogue. I think it's...
Oh, yeah.
It just sucks you right in. This is a comfy, cozy Kino M. Night Shyamalan experience for so much. And then, I think M. Night Shyamalan now, he's fully aware of the twist meme and all that shit, and it just feels like he wants to just one-up himself, like, every time.
Right. When are we going to get the Kyle Donovan cut?
That's the thing. I want to buy this movie. Just immediately go to that shot where M. Night drives away, cut right there, no scientist bullshit. I would love the movie. I'd probably do that.
I want to scream and then a gunshot though, and then it ends.
Sure. I'll put the Blade Runner.
I don't know. No, I was thinking Halloween 6. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, the
Donald
producer's
Pleasance died, and they fucking... Ah! Oh yeah, it was a dab sound, or not gunshot, or whatever.
Yeah, it was a dab. Ooh.
It was a dab. It was a dab. Michael Jackson dabbed into dab. Michael Myers.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was in Halloween 6.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
the producers
old.
cut, though.
Yeah, one of the producers cut. Old was a fun movie until it wasn't.
Yeah. And just
I would watch your cut. So if you ever make that, we should watch your
hell
cut.
yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I would be thinking about this movie a lot more if that didn't just bum me out at the end.
And it really took its fucking time. It's just like, all right, the coral, we have to get out of here with the coral reef, and then like the whole thing happens, and you think, oh, they drown, and then he leaves. That would have been great.
That's what happens,
like,
right? He just leaves after like, oh, it's been a minute. Okay.
Well, it's been like a couple minutes, so I guess they can't fucking. No one has ever breathed underwater for more than a couple minutes, so they're fucking dead. Obviously, I like they don't even explain how the fuck they got back to the island. Like, they're, I guess they're, at that point, they're in their 40s, so I guess they could fucking swim. I do like that, actually. I want to bring up that fact that they actually do talk about, like, how they have thoughts that an older person would have, even though they're technically not. That's why the two fuck, which is weird.
As soon as I saw them laying together, I'm like, oh, god damn it.
It's so weird. Well, I already knew that would happen because the trailer.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I remember that happening. I'm like, motherfucker.
I thought that it was gonna happen after they talked, but I guess it already happened at that point. But
that's pillow talk.
They're like, "Let's go." It's like, what
Alex will talk like a child too.
To do that,
Alex, I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah, I want to marry her. I do. We mentioned Alex Wolff before. I really like his performance in this because it almost feels like he knows it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, he definitely does. And then I remember you hear the baby cry. Oh my god! I thought we were gonna pan back to the kid being like walking already, but I pan back and like, nah, it's dead.
and then that part later where they like dump the body, it's just bones now.
Oh like, my god!
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. Like whoa.
Yeah, because like all the dust, the bone like dust falls out.
Yeah, god damn. It's like, that's pretty brutal. Hey, you know what? Considering the premise, they did a good job of making any fucked up possibility that you thought of happen. Like, I was thinking like someone fucking, having something fucked up with their body, and that happens with the bone chick, like with her snapped up bones. And then the baby, I was even thinking like, was the baby gonna grow up or is it gonna die? I was thinking that in the trailer, and then it died, and then I wasn't thinking about it.
I still don't understand the whole thought process of the mom running. Hey kids, run away! Your dad's getting stabbed. Just run. I don't know. It's like that. They're old enough to probably help you.
Yeah,
guys.
Sure.
Stop them. Instead, she's like,
I guess they're still thinking of them as.
Yeah, but then she like ran in front, and she was like, "Well, how do I protect my husband? I shield him with my back." I'm like, this is the worst fight scene, and I mean, whatever.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
Three old people fighting.
I understand M. Night's like thought process. I get it. Like, one has hearing, but no sight. The other one has sight, but no hearing.
Put them both together, they're one really old person.
Yeah. What'd you say, Kyle?
Just like the beginning of Saw 4. The guy's eyes are closed. The other guy,
he's like, yeah, exactly. That's a great movie. Actually, that's like
Saw
the worst
4.
Saw movie.
What a great movie. Old.
That's like the worst Saw movie of the original 7.
Oh yeah.
I think.
You know what? Yeah. That'd be a good podcast thing. If there's like just no movies coming out, we should propose a thing. Maybe we all go in and edit the ending of a movie the way we would edit the ending. Oh, okay. Like where we would stop it beforehand. I think that'd be a fun idea.
Someone already did my dream one, so which was the
Toy
Story 3 ending.
Yeah.
The Toy Story 3 ending. That's my dream one. Like,
yeah,
then they showed it to their mom, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
That's the ending.
That's it. They're dead. They're fucking dead.
All right, but maybe that'd be a fun one though. Maybe there's like no movies coming out. We'll because
we'll all screen our endings.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, like we'll do like one or two of them, and we'll see which one we could vote for being the best one.
Sure,
that'd be a fun one.
That. But that'd be fun.
All right. Let's talk about the Suicide Squad.
Well, hold on. I just want to say, like, old Adrian, would you recommend seeing it?
I think normies would enjoy it.
Normies would enjoy it.
Actually, I don't think normies would enjoy it. I think it's not horror enough for them. Honestly. You know, it's not
Sure.
Conjuring dumb bullshit. There's a couple of jump scares if I remember correctly, like just really quick ones if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
but,
that's fair, but I think
normies are like Conjuring people. I think
the thing is, I think the premise is easy enough for them to understand, even though it's M. Night's weird shit going on there.
Especially since like if you're confused why the bones are breaking and they're reforming, then the
They'll
characters
explain
are like,
to you.
Hey, they'll explain it to you. They'll look at the camera and explain it to you. Alex Wolff will look at the camera and explain it to you.
Yeah, so I think they'd enjoy that.
Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm saying here's what the normies think. Okay, you know the little intro before this movie of old in theaters where
When
M.
Night Shyamalan talks to you.
Yeah, a normie has no idea who that is.
Oh, for sure. When he, you know what's funny? I saw this with my mom. Shouts out. She didn't know M. Night Shyamalan was the director at all, even though in the beginning it has that intro, and then he shows up in the movie, and I was just like, she didn't know. She had no idea who he was at all. It was like,
yeah.
And when he shows up in the movie, she didn't go like, oh, you know, because she always
it's that guy in the beginning.
To me, it's just like, yeah, oh, the guy. She didn't even say that. She didn't give a fuck. You know, she always goes like, oh, it's that guy to me. I'm like, yeah. You know, like when we were watching Suicide Squad the other day, she was like, oh, is that Sylvester Stallone? I'm like, yeah. That's
what? Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, his voice. Come on.
Speaking of, let's
I didn't know who that was.
Let's move to that movie because I want to talk about that movie.
So you said Hold on, no. You said normies would like it.
Because for example,
I don't think normies like it.
Well, I think.
Actually, I think it's true too because if you look at like the IMDb, I think it's pretty low, and normies use IMDb.
So I think is that even if they didn't like the ending, I think they'd enjoy most. So here's why I say that.
Actually, I think if normies would like the ending the most because it's like, yeah, that's right, we won, we beat
maybe
them.
So I think when I was at work, I mentioned this before everywhere. One of my favorite things was that the theater is close to my work now, so I can go after work. And so we were talking at work because we had a meeting, kind of just reacquainting ourselves with everyone because it had been a whole summer since we last saw each other. And they're like, all right, so what's something cool that's going on? I was like, oh, they went to me. I was like, oh, well, my favorite thing is that the fucking theater's right there, so I can go in and watch a movie, maybe a double feature after work, and I don't have to drive across town for like I'd have watched what the fuck was it? Escape Room had it been like playing because I was like, okay, it's down the road for me versus having to drive 25 minutes out to go watch that movie. But then they asked for what I watched. I watched The Green Knight. They didn't know fucking know what the fuck that is. But then I watched Old.
Dark Knight.
I watched Old, and then they were like, I was like, oh, that movie where everyone gets all old in the island. Like, oh yeah, like everyone fucking knew that one. So I think everyone knows that concept. That concept. They cut off their own string. That concept is more universally graspable, I guess. I wouldn't say they didn't. So it's
well, but I wouldn't say there's a. Like comparing this to The Green Knight is a little weird. Like I would say comparing this to Conjuring's way more normie. I keep saying Conjuring, but that's like that when it comes to horror stuff, that is the MCU. Obviously,
that's what the brainless mass consumer base
there
wants.
You go.
Okay, I guess I'm not.
Some of them are good, but that is the formula. Here's the disconnect I have right now, which is why I just disagree with you guys. I get it though. It's because I never thought of Old as a horror movie. That's why. It is a horror movie.
I know it is. I didn't really even. I did not consider it at all just until you mentioned that. I mean, I get that now.
It's a horror movie, but it ended up being a comedy.
Yeah, so I get that now, but literally for whatever reason, it just never clicked in my head. It's a horror movie. So then, yeah, we'll take that back.
It's a horrifying premise. If you're on a beach,
it is. Like I said, that premise, like existentially, the premise right when I saw him lose his eyesight.
Look at the poster.
I don't give a fuck about the poster. Hey, that part was the most terrifying part was when he literally started losing his eyesight. I'm like, oh shit, I forget that's just a thing that just might happen to you. But like, I just didn't think. I didn't think of it as a horror movie because literally the acting is so fucking laughably funny, and it's just a fun movie because of that. That I was like just having a good time. So it literally never clicked in my head as a horror movie. It just did not.
Here's what I think a good comparison would be. I saw a couple people mention this when it came out, and I just want to say I can see why. They say of it, they think of it as like a movie length version of a Twilight Zone episode, and I can.
Oh yeah.
Some people see that.
Comparing it to the newer Twilight Zone, which had a lot of really dumb fucking stories in it, like really dumb, like terrible. I wouldn't compare it to that because this one has a good one until the end. But sure.
So that's what I think the lens the normies are looking at.
Sure.
They're not going into this expecting ghosts and shit.
I see. I guess again, I just didn't really think about that because I would never have thought if someone said I don't like horror, I wouldn't have been like, oh, well, it's a horror movie. I never would have thought that. So fair points.
I don't know. The trailers are very, very like this is a horror movie.
But did you like it, Adrian? Did you like the movie?
Yeah, like I said, I think wasn't necessarily like seething at the end. I think it was really out of touch, just like bad timing. Didn't really affect it. But I'm like, I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it.
That part didn't fucking matter.
No, that part didn't.
I just wanted to shut the fuck off. Like,
no, I didn't. I didn't not like it for that, but I just didn't really care for it. It was like that. It was so not clever. I think there was a million different things if they really wanted to push it back, like past where Kyle wanted to, which again, I love ambiguous endings like the Green Knight's ending. Good. I like that shit. Give me, if it's something like that, it's been weird, let me finish the end of my own. But, if you're going to get past that part and want to get super explainy, so many other different things to do with this. I think there was so many other ways you could have gone with it instead of getting like, oh, we're curing, she didn't have a seizure for 80 years. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, here's the thing. M. Night's a senile old boomer. I'm not even joking about this. He very much believes in, he's a boomer. What can I say?
How old is he?
He's like 50.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he's
50.
late 40s, early 50s, I think.
He lives a very conservative sort of life, honestly.
Yeah, I mean he's been around for 20-something years at this point, so he has to be.
Yeah,
he's
50.
So he's a little
50
out of
exactly.
touch.
Yeah.
He's been out of touch though. Like Sixth Sense was and Unbreakable are two different things. After that, even Signs was. I mean, for the most part, it's a good movie. I think it's a solid movie, but there's some things in that it's just like what the fuck. Some of the dialogue is really bad. Like, yeah, swing away. It's like, fuck, what the
Also,
fuck?
again,
and then the village is like, what the fuck?
Signs I've not seen since I was a kid. But I remember even me as a kid, I was like, why would aliens land on a planet full of things that they just...
Well, this is my one problem with that argument, and I always had a problem with it. Sure, aliens probably, they probably have a lot of technology. They can like scan a planet to see if there's any.
So they'd be like, oh, there's a lot of this thing on there.
Anything they don't. No. Let me finish. Anything that's not good. But the aliens they show in that movie, were very like feral. So them having the technology because they're just going around like sneaking around and fucking this, and so like they couldn't even open a door. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't have a problem with them not knowing what the fuck water was and how it's like poison to them, because I'm sure if we went on an island or just like imagine if not an island, planet, if me and you, Adrian, went to a planet, we're just like hey, and we touched like some liquid and like someone threw a liquid on us and it was poisonous, we'd be like, well, I didn't know this was fucking poisonous, this sucks. I always thought those were aliens that were just like almost like tourists. That was in my brain. Like they were just like, let's go check out this fucking planet.
Hey, Bob, check this fucking place out. Can you breathe on it? Yeah, let's do it.
What the fuck is this thing? They're trying to open it, this door. Like, whoa.
Why the fuck they mad at us?
Yeah, so I always like to think of them as
that's
they
weren't
like surveying a planet. They're just like, let's check out this fucking planet.
I'll think of it that way whenever we do have to rewatch all these M. Night movies. But but it's just funny because like in my head I'm like this alien race that can travel however long, finds a planet full not only like 70% of the thing that will kill you, but not only that. Yeah. But a lot of the places that won't kill you, randomly out of nowhere, will have moments where that thing that will kill you will just fall on you.
Yeah, we'll follow you, sure. But again, if these were aliens, because we always think aliens are intelligent when they'll show up, they'll fucking do some like Independence Day shit.
Yeah, but Jeffrey Bezos went to space, House. So we know.
Don't blow us the heck up. Yeah,
exactly. Randy Quaid will show up and fucking,
real intelligent.
Well, I'm not saying
blow up stuff.
Well,
bro.
I say that because Independence Day knew immediately to take out the big cities and take out the White House. So that's smarter than roam around on the planet and fucking get sprayed with water. So I'm just saying. I'm trying to compare to other dumbass fucking alien movies that were out at that time, around that time. But I guess what Mars Attacks, they were pretty smart. They fucking took over the White House and then took everybody out.
Yeah, anyway. They just had fun doing it.
Yeah, I love those aliens. There's Martians.
Yeah, no, this movie landed on my number 8 on my list.
Really? Wow, that high?
I mean,
Well,
there's only 13 movies.
Oh, all right. Well, it's number 12 on mine.
It's like 1 through 7 are movies I really love, and then 8 through 13. Well, no, 8 through 12 are like, okay, I enjoyed. There were movies in 13 Space Jam.
My number 25 is Tom and Jerry, so you know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then my number 24 is Space Jam. So there you go.
There you go.
Adrian, you said Space Jam was cute.
I don't like it.
You loved it. What the fuck? You defended it.
You're blowing my mind.
I said I thought the thing that
I had a
made
good
Kyle
time, you kept saying.
the thing that Kyle see that the most, which was the whole like, oh look, we're flexing our properties, which is dumb.
That was like half the fucking movie at least.
Again, once it's half the movie, that's dumb. The first part I thought when they were like, if they just did it once and just dropped it forever, okay, cute thing, I get it.
It was more apparent, I thought, in the first half of the movie, because in the last half, it's all in the background, pretty much.
So the difference was,
and in the first half, it's like they're in Batman now, and they're in the DC.
Yeah, so the buzzkill was when at the
beginning, Mad Max.
The buzzkill was when they're like, "Hey, we could add you in anything without using your body." That was like okay, yeah. But then they had the whole shtick. If they got rid of that joke at the beginning, and then they just kept it condensed to just the whole like, oh, we got to go get the tunes back. Where are they? Oh, they're in Casablanca, whatever. Like, if they kept it just that was it, and that was it. If they kept that was it, I was like, all right, okay, cool. Like, that was a cute little moment. Fine.
Game of Thrones.
But then it was that they did that pre-joke beforehand. And they just kept doing it. I'm like,
Matrix.
Okay, I'm good.
Anything with a Matrix reference at this point, I don't know. Like, you just gotta stop, please.
Hey, you know what I'm thinking we should do?
Talk about Suicide Squad?
Yes. But
Suicide Squad?
I just want to say, we should just all do a big thumbs up, thumbs down, Siskel and Ebert classic thing at the end.
I wanted to do the critic. I was going to do the critic. It stinks.
Or
what does he say when he likes a movie, actually?
He doesn't. He doesn't.
It's just all of it stinks. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I give it a thumbs up. I give it a thumbs and a half up.
For old?
Because you know what? Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
I'd give it 1. I enjoyed the most of it, so I give 1.
You know what? If the ending was better, I'd give it 2 thumbs up for just being a fucking wild ride that I loved. It was like it's the same. I go into this movie the same way I would go into a Fast and Furious movie.
Dumb shit's gonna happen, yeah.
And nobody ever critiques Fast and Furious for its amazing or its terrible dialogue. So you know, I mean, I'm not gonna critique old for its terrible dialogue. So I'm gonna give it a thumb and a half up. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody says Vin Diesel's crew, their family, you gotta love it, even if the dialogue is the worst shit ever. So, this movie made me laugh more than the Vin Diesel movies. So,
the Vin Diesel movies,
and those are part comedies. So,
yeah, I agree though with the thumb and a half. That's what I'm gonna give it 2. I think this is as good as the movie is. It starts off like this, and then up, and then and then doesn't go back up.
Can't quite get it up.
Last quarter. I can't get it up because the last quarter
towards the end.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say? That's like a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, something like that in this 5 scale. So what? This is a perfect 5.
This is a 4. 5, which is 1 thumbs up. A 5 out of 10 is a little weird, but let's just go with it. This would be a 2.5. That's not good.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't really work, but whatever.
I thought it was 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up was the 5, right? It
was a 10.
This actually might be at 10. So okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and like
No,
you're doing this.
5,
I'm not.
5,
3, 2.
4.
He's already on 2. This man just said 2.
That's pretty good. But what would we want? Just one thumbs up?
One would be, like
if out of nowhere another arm showed up and gave another
third arm pops up from the side of your screen.
But hey, that's what you should. That's what it should be. I like this rating system. If the movie's a 1, like the bottom of the barrel, then we have to do something crazy.
No, I'm not doing that.
To show
there you go. I'll whip my giant cock out.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm done talking about this. I want to talk about Suicide Squad.
Well, actually, hold on. Like, all right,
you.
If you do a 1 through 5, then you could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5.
No!
There you go. I
Let's
made it
just
work.
give what we feel, okay?
All
How
right.
about
You
Well,
proposed the fucking system, you piece of shit.
Speaking of 2 thumbs up.
that? I'll get this developed next time.
Hey,
Okay.
speaking of 2 thumbs up.
2 big fucking thumbs up goes to the Suicide Squad, the best surprise of the year.
Yeah, how much did this actually surprise you? Because I remember like me and Gore were kind of talking up like, oh, this looks good. And you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, listen. If you know me, I'm so far beyond caring about fucking Marvel movies and all that shit. I don't need to go into it.
Right.
This, DC, I will watch them. I don't have a ban on them like I do with Disney movies and Marvel movies.
They are doing a bunch of different stuff. Like you could say Birds of Prey sucked. At least it was something different.
I
still need to watch that.
It was okay.
No, but a lot of people hate that movie. I thought it was alright. But yeah, even going back to like Batman v Superman, at least it tried something. It was shit, but at least
it was
tried
a
to be something
notable
different.
failure.
Yeah,
it was notable.
Yeah, Suicide Squad was the only one.
And then Zack Snyder really tried to like make a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, but Suicide Squad and Aquaman are the only 2 that I feel are fucking generic. Suicide Squad ended up being generic in post production.
Oh, but I want the air cut though now.
It ended up being sewage. Let's not beat around the bridge here. That movie.
Well, that's because we don't have the air cut. That's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah. More Latino stereotypes in the air cut.
God.
Can't wait for that.
Oh my God, so bad.
Will it merge?
They'll do it though. They will do the air cut.
I'm down. I'll watch it. I want to see like the merging of that and the Tax Collector franchise that he wants to do. Which does anybody remember that fucking movie now? I saw it.
So,
it was a piece of shit.
Kyle, like what were your expectations walking into this movie, and then like what were your like what part was the where you're like, oh fuck, okay.
I feel like really early on he knew. It was like, all right.
Great questions. So again, my expectations going in, I didn't much care for Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right? That was one of the last,
sure,
Marvel movies I saw.
Yeah.
I didn't much care for that movie particularly.
And that was James Gunn too.
And that was James Gunn. So, James Gunn kind of iffy on right now. Still a superhero movie. So, and DC is still all over the place with quality, like you said. So, I fully expected this to be like Birds of Prey, like a 3-star movie to me. That's what I expected. I bet there'd be a couple funny bits and stuff. And
what was the moment?
Amusing. The way when they drop the whole gang and just like the weird chemistry going on and the weasel drowning.
I love that fucking part. I feel so fucking vindicated.
So, and then he got taken away from you.
How much I hate that. I hate that. Well, at least he wasn't in the movie for the whole thing.
So,
but I was just like,
as soon as I saw that in the theater, I'm like, well, I'm waiting for the reaction. I know it's gonna be fucking something wild.
I fucking love it.
Really quick, they mentioned that they had in theaters for the IMAX, but I'm not sure if they had others. You could pick a fantasy roster of 5 people in the movie. You need to guess who was going to survive the entire way to the end. Right. So I picked. Let me see. I think I still have it up here. Yeah.
Well,
I picked.
I just want to.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah, I interrupted you. So yeah, the thing that got you to like, oh wow.
Yeah, I just want to end this train while we're on it because goddamn, I fucking love this movie and I can't wait to talk about it. The point where it went over the edge and I was like ecstasy, like holy fuck, this is a fucking great movie for what it is. My fucking girlfriend saw this only because Pete Davidson is in it. I don't know who that is.
You know what's fucking. Oh wait, hold the fucking on.
You still don't know who he is?
That's fucking funny, actually, Kyle. So I took a friend there, and she was like, when he popped up, she's like, "Oh, I have a big crush on him."
That bullet had a crush on him.
And then immediately the amazing blood splatter. By the way, nobody's talking about a lot of the cool like physical like sets and stuff and cool stuff in this movie. But anyways,
the beach set.
Just immediately that.
Was that the part where you're like, I'm in?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is fucking like Expendables 2. Let's fucking go. Yeah. I just want to see dumb fucking shit, and this movie rocked.
That whole clusterfuck, like what a fucking disaster,
dude. We all knew, like, if you were watching any of the trailers, we all knew those fucking people, all those people,
just about all of them.
After this fucking poster, they were all, no, I knew all of them besides Harley and fucking Rick Flag was dead. I did a predictions video, and I can say, I'm gonna say this
almost
right here.
Like, people think Gore cheated.
Everybody thought I cheated. Right before watching the movie, I was like, let me do a predictions video because I wanted to do one. And not only that, but the post-credit scenes, if they didn't exist, then I would have been 100% right. But I also gave rationale and exactly
and almost the exact same fucking points.
I fucking nailed Pete Davidson's death. I said he's
gonna betray someone, and
he's gonna betray someone, and he'll be the first to die. That was my prediction, and he technically was the first to die because fucking Weasel didn't die. So. I got that right.
And then you got Peacemaker betraying her. You thought he was gonna be like, he's gonna be the one that like, So go watch that.
He's a dick, so I knew he was good.
Gore cheated.
I cheated. I just knew like cliches.
So that's my
in the trailer when Polka Dot Man says I'm a fucking superhero. I knew he was gonna die right after that. And it still surprised me when it happened because I didn't want it to happen.
That's my one criticism is. Ironically enough, it is kind of too predictable.
Sure.
I think it all worked out and it was all funny the way because it's almost kind of one of those like it's gonna happen moments, so it's just enjoy it because it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
but I think
it's supposed they're building up as more of a comedy moment.
Yeah, but I think James
Gunn even though I didn't find it funny at all.
James Gunn could have been a little bit smarter with the way he got rid of some of these people, and I think in my review of it,
I thought he nailed it in the beginning.
Dude, my review of it is I think you could have had this moment and made a couple more just even random things, just stretch it out a little bit longer because it feels like it's very heavy with because it's Suicide Squad, right? You know everyone's gonna fucking die, but it's very loaded. Obviously, like the first fucking like 20 minutes loaded with that, and it just feels like it was like it's a fucking phenomenal moment. Don't get me wrong, but like then it's like it felt like that was like a prelude. Now it's like okay, here's the actual Suicide Squad where some of these people will die.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and it was like
I was surprised by. I thought it was gonna be like this is the first mission, and then they bring in the second team to help whoever survived. But it was actually just two teams going at it at the same time. I was surprised by that because they kept showing most of these people, everybody that died,
in the same two scenes.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yeah, Pete Davidson has like two scenes in all the trailers. One part where he I don't know, he says something and that's it. I'm like, his ass is definitely dead.
Yeah.
So I knew he was definitely dead, 100%. Javelin didn't do a fucking thing.
He literally didn't even throw his fucking javelin.
He was about to throw it and then he just shot TDK. I love all these.
It's really fucking funny. Like I fucking love it. I just kind of wish it spread out just a little bit more, and not it doesn't have to be even with these characters.
Okay with that.
It doesn't have to be with these characters. It could have added like fucking 2 or 3 more fucking people and just expanded them somewhere in the middle. Just because I feel like it was like too. It got too top heavy though. I don't mind.
I don't know about that.
I don't mind
just building those characters now.
No, I don't mind that they got rid of those characters when it did, but I think they could have found 2 or 3 more dumbass fucking villains. And just throw them a little bit more in the middle here.
I mean, there's still a lot of deaths. Like Rick Flag dies,
but
the Thinker dies. But Man obviously dies.
What was it? It was like the death was from the last one in the beginning. Who was the second one? Was it Rick Flag? The next major death?
No, Thinker died, and then Rick Flag.
But that was such a gap. Like that was a large gap. I know,
Adrian,
but
you're acting like this is a horror movie.
No. But I know that when I get the death from the first,
that's not the big part about the Suicide Squad.
But
I would say that's the number uno. Like if so, then what the fuck was that last movie then? Because nobody died in that fucking movie.
I didn't. Yeah.
Besides the climbing guy.
Again, first off, fuck that movie. But the thing is, it set such a fucking tone in the beginning. I think. That I wanted just more of that. That's it. I just wanted a little bit more of that, a little more frequently. That's why I fucking love the beginning so much. I was like, you guys can keep fucking doing that, and that's fine. And we can still have the exact. You need to clean your room. You'll have that exact same moment later on. But I just wanted a little bit more of that because it was so fucking incredible at the beginning. I fucking love that beginning. I want a little more of it. That's it.
Sure, but like I feel like that was enough. Honestly, like to the point where that was the credits. Like watching, like zooming in on all the dead bodies, and while it's like written by and stuff. I feel like that was just to set the tone. That was it. That was to set the tone. And you could say like more people didn't die, but big deaths still happened.
They did.
Sure, they didn't happen frequently.
Sure.
Like Rick Flag dying, even though I predicted it, was still a surprise. And it was tastefully done. It wasn't like, oh, TDK getting shot. And he's like, his arms are getting shot.
The only issue I have with that is I don't know if it set the tone, if it didn't necessarily happen the way that it set the tone of a clusterfuck happened and this team is fucking stupid and they die because of that. Whereas
I was just thinking, they actually said this when they were doing the behind the scenes of last year during whatever the fuck it was. They said it was very much like a Saving Private Ryan, which is actually 100%, like it's very true.
Sure.
If you look at it, because in the beginning of Saving Private Ryan, people go onto a beach, they all get fucking massacred, and you have a ragtag team of people that slowly get picked off, not one by one, but like, well, most of them do, but like, spoilers. But if you didn't see Saving Private Ryan, great film.
Right.
But yeah, that's what this is. Except, I mean, you have about maybe 3 or 4 people alive towards the end, but still, like that's what happens. People get picked off, and I thought it was evenly because the big chunk of there's no deaths is to build these characters. So when the deaths happen, you actually feel something. Where in the beginning you're laughing, and then when Rick Flag is dead, you're like, oh no, my boy from the last movie.
Sure, but I 100% agree with that. The only thing again I'd say is that it did get predictable. So like I kind of knew who to detach myself from.
I knew Rick Flag was gonna die.
The only one that I thought that my fantasy roster, it was Harley,
I knew she was gonna live.
Peacekeeper, Ratcatcher 2, Polka Dot Man, who I thought that it was gonna. I didn't watch that one where I didn't see where he said I'm a superhero. I didn't see that part.
Even if I didn't see that, I figured.
I thought he'd be such a showstopper that I thought they would want to keep him for his.
I only
weird
knew
ass.
100% he was gonna die after that, but I just figured, yeah, like, but because James Gunn has said in the past, like he wanted to get a bunch of dumb characters that he thought were stupid, and I'm like, Polka Dot Man obviously is stupid, so his ass is fucking dead.
I thought he was so stupid that I thought that people would like him enough to keep him around. But then also the one that I think I nailed in my head, I thought Weasel was, because I was like, either Weasel or TDK are gonna have a post credits where they live, and because no one said shit about Weasel, they pick him up out of the water, they drag him out. I'm like, oh yeah, he's good. He didn't
have a gory death.
He'd have a gory death, and then no one said shit. Like it's like you don't drag him out of the water, just say he died. You just let him just sink down. That would have been it. I was like, oh yeah, that motherfucker lived.
Yeah, sure.
But again, go watch.
But even if that was the case, like I could see James Gunn just doing that for the humor of it, and maybe budgetary constraints.
Sure.
I think
CGI character all the time. Come on, we already have King Shark. We don't need another one.
I think the humor of this movie matters so much fucking more than like of what these fucking characters being, and the fact that he just like got a whole bunch of them and just like fucking threw them in the dumpster. Don't have to worry about the fucking background, origin story of Weasel or fucking Metal Man.
Don't get me wrong. I usually heavily critique.
Mongal doesn't even have like she says one thing and then dies.
Leave it to me, Flag.
All the makeup that actress put on and shit for fucking leave it to me, and then she burns to death
and just screams.
Yeah, and she gets boomerang killed.
I want to also note that in her fucking like her lines or like her what do you call it, like her case file,
right?
Interplanetary annihilation is one of her fucking things. Yeah. She just jumped on a helicopter, swung around, and just melted.
And died.
So again, I don't want to.
And also, let's talk about Savant. Badass weapon hacker guy. Immediately, people die. He's like, and fucking runs to the water.
By the way, best.
And the whole first 15 minutes follows him as like if he's the main character or something. It's like there as he kills the bird.
Best production studios text.
Oh yeah,
Warner Brothers Pictures presents. Out of his brain matter. I want to just again preface that I tend to like critique a lot of things I like most because I wanted to further that. So I mean I fucking love this movie. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's a little things I could have prepared there a little more. But I fucking love this movie.
That was more personal stuff. I don't know.
But
I think how they structured it was perfect. I didn't need another here's 10 more characters to die.
I don't need 10, but I just love the way he did it.
Yeah.
I just want a little bit more because I think he does it so well. I want more of it. That's it.
Sure. I mean, we're not gonna get a second one or a third one, because this movie fucking bombed horribly.
Yeah.
which that's upsetting. Black Widow did okay, but
Yeah, why?
People are gonna think now that R-rated movies can't sell anymore.
Yeah, because Birds of Prey also didn't do well, and that was R-rated.
What would you guys think is behind that? You think it's just R rating?
No, I think it was the
COVID.
way it was marketed. I think the trailers were great, but they were weird. And if you don't have an established, like the Suicide Squad, the first one, Suicide Squad, that's also another reason why I think it might.
Oh yeah, no,
100%.
Because right away my boss was asking, she's like, I went on HBO Max. Which one am I watching, Suicide Squad or the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, they should have just called it Suicide Squad with a subtitle.
The Next Generation.
That's what it was gonna be. The Next Generation. Suicide Squad, the good one. They should have just called that. James Gunn's Suicide Squad. They should have called that.
Sure.
I mean, they put his name everywhere in the trailer. You might as well have. But
I think the name was.
And also, that would have been a fuck you to Disney. Like, all right, Disney, you fucking fired his ass. Guess what? We're gonna put his ass in the title of our next movie.
I hope that DC at least notices that it's got really high acclaim.
Yeah, it's gonna
really
be a cool classic. I think this movie's gonna be a cool classic.
Yeah, I think it's. You know what? I'm hoping it makes more money. Like it's.
I think it has legs. I think it has legs. I don't know. Not box office.
I was thinking the same thing for the In the Heights, because musicals always stay in theaters for a long time, but that fucking dropped.
Is it just HBO Max then? I mean, I know Godzilla and all
I wouldn't
that,
say that, but Godzilla and even Mortal Kombat did pretty good. Like, I didn't think Mortal Kombat would even make the money it did without COVID happening. And it made more than I thought.
Well, do you think it's because they also had no competition in theaters, though?
And Space Jam did, like, not great, but
expectations were really low too.
For this?
No, for like box office results.
Oh yeah, it was like 30 to 35 million. 25.
It may not
a year
have.
Ago was sad.
It may not have legs like box office wise, but I can see this movie. It's going to be a cult classic. I think people are going to keep watching and watching it and talking about it and talking about that. It's going to stick around. I think that's still good.
One thing I want to say though, the merchandise has been selling pretty well, because I really want to get a King Shark figure.
Yeah,
I really
dude. Hot toy, hell yeah! I'll
toy,
probably get one myself, dude. It was fun as fuck.
Yeah, I love King Shark.
I
want him.
Love this movie, man.
Hell yeah, man! That makes me happy.
I love this movie so much. I totally didn't fucking expect to, but this movie just had so much fucking rebellious, fun energy to it. Some of it reminded me of like Gremlins 2, just how free-spirited. This can go in any direction. This can have a weird fucking like pace to it. This some fucking random character will get their fucking brain matter explode. Like, this movie just fucking went for it, and I gotta fucking appreciate that.
The point that made me realize, like, at the beginning, sure, but I predicted that was gonna happen, where everybody dies. The scene where I was like, yeah, James Gunn is just going fucking crazy, is when Harley Quinn and that one guy just has a romance for like 2 minutes, and you know where it's gonna go. Right when he starts talking about killing children, she's gonna shoot his ass and kill him. But it's still like, for 5 minutes, it turns into like a romantic comedy almost. And I just like, I love it.
I fucking love the ironic, because Bloodsport is Deadshot.
Bloodsport, yeah, he's way fucking more badass.
Yeah, he is, like, but that's exactly his character.
His gun is sick. I want that gun.
And they make a joke though. Hey, he's the same as Peacekeeper. So I like how they're making fun. Like, none of these characters are really original. I mean, except from they're wacky, but like that. But I fucking, the scene that I might love the most was that fucking pissing battle they had, killing allies, essentially.
Killing the fucking the
freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters. I love that, where he just like kills that guy and the other guy, and then Bloodsport kills him. He gives him a middle finger, and he just like does one of those.
Yeah, that wasn't lethal.
I love when he kills that sleeping guy. When he kills that sleeping guy, I was like,
he kills the guy with his dick out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then he does hey, that wasn't lethal. And he just like he says like what was it, exploding bullets. And he goes, no one likes to show off, except that what they're showing off is dope as fuck. And then he just turns around and goes,
like, shit, it's true.
That's right.
No, it's true. That's true.
And then, dude, that shot when they both shoot is such a fucking incredible shot. I love it.
Yeah, good stuff.
That's a really good looking movie too, like,
right?
Some of the fucking vision did it.
And
a lot of practical shit.
And to go back. How can you not love King Shark? Just every fucking moment.
His first line, book read, so smart me. I was like, I love you.
Big dumb fun.
And then you feel for like how he tries to eat Ratcatcher right away. But they sit down, they're like, "Do you have friends?" I know friends.
Friends.
Way better than Groot. Fuck Groot.
You know what? I agree. I think better than Groot.
But dude, and then how can you not feel when he falls and his friends that he liked to try to kill him? There's just like a tear that rolls down his shark eye, and they start shooting him. And you're like, "Oh, fucking eat him! Just eat him!"
Oh, I love that part where he's talking to the fish. He's like, "New dumb friends."
And I know I watch your reaction. It's like, no, Gore called like Sylvester Stallone does a good job where he almost doesn't even sound like him for a second.
Yeah, it almost doesn't sound like him halfway through the movie. At first, it sounds like him. I'm like, I was surprised I didn't pick that out when I watched the trailer because I was like, it sounds like him when he's like, hand. I was like, it sounds like him just doing. It almost sounds like Sylvester Stallone doing an impression of his own voice.
Yeah, but then like the new dumb friends line, I'm like, oh, that does not sound like you at all.
Yeah, and I think he was cast like earlier this year too.
Yeah,
I mean, he only has a few lines.
Yeah, they cast him really late.
Like, yeah, they cast obviously they didn't need to fucking. I mean, he wasn't like the on-set King Shark. They didn't need to do anything.
Yeah,
just besides voice, and he has maybe a dozen or so lines, probably.
Yeah,
a couple dozen maybe.
Nom nom.
But nom nom. He just pointed at bodies. Nom nom. It's like just let me. Fuck it, they're dead. Anyway.
And then how can you not like Sebastian? That rat wanted to fucking wave, and then no one wanted, and then Idris says no, and then that rat just
he offers him a link. He's like, what the fuck would
I love that line. That line is so fucking good. Like everyone's like, yeah, she goes, oh, and everyone theater's like, oh, and then just Idris Elba, why the fuck would I want to leave?
What the fuck? Everybody was great.
And then the Tiny Whiteys. Now you're just getting racist.
Nah, don't be racist. So good.
Fucking what the fuck are you talking about?
And the guy with them, what was his name?
Milton.
Milton.
Dude, the fact that Milton's in that shot, he's in that raining shot where it has like all the. Yeah. Is he in the? I imagine he has to be right in the trailer because they had that shot a lot where they're all walking in the rain like with the white background.
Yeah, he's either there or they edited him out. Just
let me go look. I'm gonna go look right now.
So the people then like break down the trailer and go, oh, maybe this is this character from the comics.
That looks like got the boomerang there or something. But
yeah, fat Captain Boomerang.
Because he's in the very far corner.
Yeah.
I need to look at the trailer.
I love that joke. I love that.
It goes on for the perfect amount of time too.
And Harley Quinn's like, who the fuck is Milton?
I don't think we would have had Milton. I would have known him Milton. He was with us the whole time.
He's right there.
He's right there.
He was number one. Smitty Wergen, was it? Worman Jägerman Jensen?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, I love the humor is fucking top notch.
So like, it's at the perfect fucking level of silly, dumb. It'll just like do jokes for joke's sake. Just to get a laugh out of you. Oh, ecstasy, man! I love this movie so much. And
no, he's in it.
Wait. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's all over there. Yeah.
Oh, you can't see it in there.
You can't really tell, so that's probably.
Yeah, you see him right there. No,
he's wearing his fucking.
He's just wearing his regular ass clothes. I like how he actually joined these people. He's hanging out with King Shark.
He fucking showed up out of nowhere. Just that one scene.
Like there's a part where he like gets a shotgun and Bloodsport's like no. It's like why is he coming?
It's like no one told him no. He's just still going. like look at him. He's staying with Peacekeeper, Harley Quinn, Bloodsport, Rick Flag. It's just him. He's just But by the way, there's nothing in the back of his brain telling him he has to do this. He's just there.
He just does it. I mean, he wants freedom, man. He's a part of the fucking freedom fighters.
Dude, the line that got me. This is the line, like it was far in the movie, so I mean, don't think I wasn't sold. The line that really is like really 100,000% said I'm fucking this is a fucking incredible movie was Polka Dot Man after the first time he shot the polka dots, and he's like, I don't like to kill people, and he just goes, I just pictured them as my mom, and I just killed them. Yeah,
and then when the freedom fighters are like, where's my men?
I don't know. I didn't see any.
I turned them into my mother and killed them.
My mouth's dry because I didn't know what the backstory was. So he said that I was like, oh, because that line earlier where Ratcatcher turns to Polka Dot Man, I thought you were the crazy one, and he just like,
yeah,
I am. It's the way deadpan. I am.
That guy's great. He's in a bunch of James Gunn movies.
Shouts to Calendar Man.
Right when Sean Gunn.
Right when Polka Dot Man.
I didn't even know it was supposed to be Calendar Man.
It has Calendar Man. I love it. It's just April, March, May written on his forehead.
It's like, hey, Polka Dot Man, can you have to take my brother's birthday? You fucking idiot!
You fucking pussy.
You fucking pussy. It's like, it's great.
Oh god, like that whole part is just fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. I love. Go for it.
I just want to say, wow, it's also a good movie when they manage to like actually make like the big boss battle at the end like actually good.
Yeah, right? I love the title. That's what I was gonna say was the Suicide Squad versus Starro the Conqueror.
The Conqueror. So
and then immediately next cut is Super Far Away. What the fuck is that?
No, I love Idris Elba's reaction. He's like talking to fucking Viola Davis through the intercom.
You guys there?
Like, staring. He's like, it's like, all right.
Dude, Viola Davis fucking kills it when she's pissed when they're walking back. You motherfuckers!
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Everybody was so good in this.
Oh God.
That whole battle at the end with Starro was fantastic. Hey, are you gonna say something, Kyle? Go ahead.
No, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
I just had the most time of my life watching this movie.
He's had the most time
of my life. I had a ball of a time. What a fucking fun ass. A lot of people, comparing it to James Gunn's like Trauma Days. Totally. Like.
Oh, for sure, dude. I am surprised. This movie cost like $200 million, and I was thinking like, how Logan was like an $80 million R-rated movie, and it had blood. Don't get me wrong. There's some decapitations here and there, but it wasn't like super violent. This movie immediately starts off first 15 minutes. People getting decimated, people being burned alive. There's a part of a head that gets cut off. Someone gets their face blown off. It's just like first 15 minutes, it's already more violent than most R-rated movies, and this costs like $185 million, I think, to make.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
This is the most fun a movie's had, like pushing the R rating in like a while.
Yeah,
like
because they
don't.
Deadpool. It's like James Gunn's like, hey, I'm not even gonna fuck around just with the violence. We're gonna see a penis. We're gonna see some boobies. We're gonna see a shark man eat a head off. And the eyes are gonna look around.
It makes sense, right? Because it almost felt like Disney shade when he was talking about it. When he did that behind the scenes during the DC Fandom, where he goes, the Suicide Squad is the most fun I had filming a movie ever. And everyone thought that, he's
allowed to do whatever he wants. Yeah,
people thought at first. I thought this too was he's throwing shade at Disney, like, oh well, he's because Guardians, he had a lot of fun doing too. But he's like, he's just saying that because he's with DC right now, and obviously he's going back to Disney. But like you can tell he's probably a little jaded. He's like, no, you see it when you watch the movie. You're like, oh no, he had fun making this fucking movie.
You see what happens when he kills a character in Guardians of the Galaxy. Fucking, they have a giant like funeral, and there's fucking fireworks everywhere, and they have to like salute it. When he gets to kill a character in this movie, their heads explode while they're crying. 5 seconds after they betray someone, their face explodes. A character that was that was an established character that was actually one of the more like fan favorite characters. The last movie gets killed off. Unspectacularly, he just fucking dies.
That's what I was gonna say. Is those reactions are a lot of fun because that shocks everyone because they're like, what the fuck, dude?
Because I knew he was gonna die, but I didn't think it was gonna be like that. I thought it was gonna be like
I thought it'd be a
little bit more graceful.
The way you would think the one little that was a good like subversion because again I think a lot of this was predictable, but that's fine. I think that was the idea was Captain Boomerang, Rick Flag, and Harley Quinn make it out of this somehow.
Yeah, because Captain Boomerang is a big part of the Suicide Squad. He's in the game too, like a game that remember there's a game coming out for Suicide Squad, which is a little weird now considering this movie bombed so hard that it's just like they're really like doing like a big thing for Suicide Squad.
I really hope they know why they did, or I think I think we go back to HBO Max again. Yeah, Godzilla and Mortal Kombat did well. They had less competition because that's right when everything opened.
Did you hear Mortal Kombat is still the biggest HBO Max fucking release yet? Which that blew my mind.
That's like one of the biggest like theatrical. That was like one of the first like theatrical.
Yeah, like
movies
it's
that
bigger
were on
than
streaming.
Godzilla. It's bigger than this. It was bigger than fucking Space Jam.
I did
whatever else
know a
came
lot
out.
of people who, even casual or into video games, that wanted to watch Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I guess also if you're gonna see that movie, you have like a thing. Most people have a thing against video game movies because they're always shit. So it's like I'm not spending money. I'll just watch at home. Where
Yeah.
Godzilla and even I guess even Space Jam's like, oh, with Space Jam,
Well, they
you
want to
can
take
see
the
bring
kids.
and-
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Even Suicide Squad, I think it was its second biggest opening ever for HBO Max. It had 3 million viewers, I think. So people are watching it at least. I just like everybody
Dune's
says like
gonna
you shouldn't
bomb.
worry. You should. Yeah, that's the thing. Dune is gonna bomb. Which is sad if it's good. The director's a great director. Obviously,
Isn't he
so
pissed about it though?
hopefully it's good.
Most people are pissed about HBO Max right now. Yeah.
Oh, about HBO Max. Okay.
In the industry, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I
I
understand.
hope it's not held against them because I think this movie would have done well had it. I think HBO Max plays a factor in it.
I think
definitely for sure.
I think all the companies are taking the box office right now at a grain of salt because a lot of people are still like fucking.
And considering things are probably gonna
Yeah.
shut down again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with the
like,
Delta
yeah.
variant.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but you know, I mean, we're not gonna be starved for entertainment. Netflix and all these other fucking places.
And
Every week there's like 20 different movies coming
Disney
out.
is
Yeah.
shitting out fucking Marvel shows every 2 weeks now.
Yeah, there's one tomorrow.
Yeah.
As of
You know,
recording.
There's
tomorrow
one in
morning.
like 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah, every 4 hour. Every like 2 weeks there's a new show.
Yeah, so like there's plenty of things to watch, but
Yeah, I'll be out of a job, but it's okay, Adrian. Let
Yeah,
the
it's
movie
fine.
theaters die.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it's okay. We're helping you out because you don't want to work there.
You're right,
Clean up
you're right.
fucking stale popcorn and fucking whatever. Like they don't want to do that. And how many times have you've seen the ending to I don't know?
Oh my God.
A Quiet Place Part 2 at this point. 'cause you
Oh
had to
my
stay-
God, you're.
Am I right? See?
Not even a joke. Not even a fucking joke.
There you go.
Dude.
I was thinking of an old movie that's probably still in
And I
theaters.
have to see the M&M's commercial like.
Oh, I hate that fucking
Oh,
commercial.
I
You know-
see
This
that
is an
every fucking
envelope.
day.
I want to fucking every time I hear that fucking thing. I want to.
I always
wanna do
hate
things.
the theater commercials that make it like they get the Coca-Cola, but it's like in a glass. I'm like, you don't serve
Yeah,
glasses here.
Yeah, and everybody's like smiling, and the theater's well lit, and everybody's beautiful. I'm like, and I'm looking at my theater, and it's dark, and everybody's fat,
Someone
and I'm
someone in front of you just farted.
It has a big ass bar.
farted. Everybody's beautiful. Yeah, there's a bar where they're all happy to serve you, except in the actual bar, if you have one in the theater, is probably some teenage girl that fucking wants to die because this job is a nightmare. It's Kyle.
Yeah.
It's Kyle actually.
I am a teenage girl. Yeah.
He's a teenage girl in my metaphor. It's not even
No,
a
but
metaphor.
I hope they're not taking it to heart because I feel like even though this didn't do well there, it's got fucking universal acclaim. Everyone fucking loves it. It's hard to find a bad word about it. So
You know what? Not everybody. The Snyder Cut fans aren't happy with it because they were erase again. Every DCU movie coming out will erase the Snyder Cut more and more because it's not
Good.
continuing it.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Snyder Cut was all right.
Wait, what does
fuck
this
that.
do?
I
What
don't
does this do again? That debunked.
No, it's just because it doesn't continue. Because it's all goofy again, and they want the super serious like Snyder Cut shit, you know. Even though I feel like people are forgetting the Snyder Cut had a scene where the Flash stole a hot dog while he was saving a girl, and I really thought he was gonna shove it in that girl's
Oh,
mouth.
that didn't count, bro. That wasn't the ultimate cut.
That's true. Well, no, that was the ultimate. That was the snipper cut or whatever.
Oh.
Snipper clips. Ever play
I
snipper
mean,
clips?
the fact that Snyder Cut exists doesn't negate the fact that there's some really dorky, dumbass fucking villains.
DC doesn't give a
DC.
fuck about their continuity. Stop caring so much about fucking continuity and putting all this shit in a timeline and all this shit. Just fucking enjoy the goddamn fucking movies, you fucking nerds.
And what I really appreciated in this movie is that there's no like, hey, there will be another, you know, there was a Peacemaker thing, but that's for a TV show that's coming out, which will also be written by James Gunn, so most likely that's gonna be pretty good. Hopefully that's fucking. I hope that's violent as fuck.
He mentioned he specifically says he's hero's not a hero.
Oh yeah, I hope they keep that.
He specifically said that.
I think people are assuming because Rick Flag said that you're a joke or whatever. He might like he might think about like, I should change my ways or whatever. I'm like, no, I hope not.
James Gunn.
Even though right after that he was about to murder Ratcatcher, so
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so it was a great time. A lot of great moments, great action, great special effects. Actually, I thought the special effects were great. Really.
Yeah.
King Shark looked amazing.
He
and
did.
I'm not even just saying that. No, I'm not even saying that because I love that man. But
really nice texture on there.
yeah,
you know.
yeah, shiny. Yeah, whenever he's wet.
God, just every moment that he was in there was so.
I love that I love that he was fat too. Shout outs.
He was. I
like, think every King Shark from everything else has been like buff, and he's just like like a dad bod
shark.
going on. Yeah, like a dad bod. I was like, nice.
Hey, he's there putting the explosives there, and he's just Peacemaker. and then even Peacemaker's like, all right, that's very nice.
Very nice. Doesn't look anything like me. Peacemaker. I love him. No, I wear fake disguise. Fake mustache.
Fake. Oh yeah, that. Fuck.
Fuck.
And then he's sitting in the car alone. Everyone's all fucking.
Oh, that pissed me off. Everybody's dancing. Which, by the way, that was a great scene. I love that. I wish there was more of that in the movie where
what's the actor's name? I can never get his last name. David. What's his last name?
Oh, Dasmulsion. I think that's actually how you pronounce it.
He's just dancing around his mom. That actress, by the way, that plays his mom, got so much screen time.
Yeah, she got so much. She had officially now in the DCU has the most characters ever played, I guess, because she's been everybody. She was Starro at one point. she was John Cena.
Yeah,
she was King Shark.
Everyone's fucking even Sebastian's partying in there, and then King Shark has to fucking stay in the fucking van.
Yeah, King Shark's like.
You had the fake mustache. Give him the fake mustache. Let him party.
I thought that was gonna be a scene where like King Shark actually leaves and they have to deal with that. Like he's like, I want to be a part of the crew, and they have to,
but they was like, we gotta stop spending so much on CG.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that old dance sequence. Everybody's just like, I wish there was more of that. Actually, I really do. Like, add in there 10 minutes of just them palling around and talking. Actually, because that was the best part of the last Suicide Squad movies when everybody chilled the fuck out and actually talked. I was like, all right. I mean, the dialogue's not great, but considering what I just watched, this is the best thing in the movie. God. Yeah, when everybody just sat down and Boomerang said "fuck" and he left, and like I remember, I don't remember anything else about that movie. I remember that scene though.
God, that movie was a fucking nightmare, man.
Yeah, it was about it. The villain too. That's why I think the villain in this, like everybody shits on the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 villain, but at least they treat him with enough cheesiness. I forgot his name. Was it Ronan or something?
Who?
But James Gunn knows, like, if you're gonna have a villain and he's gonna be a stupid villain, treat it either with enough cheese or enough seriousness that it actually feels like a threat. And like Starro, even though he's a big fucking Patrick Starfish, like it's threatening, especially whenever they had the fishes on their heads. Yeah. And it's like looking around. It was actually kind of creepy.
That was really creepy.
That was pure like comic book pop art.
Because even the comic books are really creepy when they show that.
Yeah. And he's the first Justice League villain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. And that's the Suicide Squad villain. Guy with a gun and a big shark took him out. What a pussy. Little pussy.
That gun is so fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, dude. When he assembles it, I was like, Jesus Christ. Idris Elba's dope. He's like past his prime when it comes to being James Bond, but he would have been such a good James Bond. It sucks. Fuck. If they want to do a one-off James Bond movie with him, like, just screw it and just like, oh, one movie, do it.
They've done that before.
Yeah. They have. Yeah, I mean, they didn't do it intentionally. They didn't do it intentionally. They did thinking, oh, this is a new James Bond. Nobody liked it. So,
last random thing I'll mention is I fucking love that shot with the fight happening inside of or looking on Peacekeeper's helmet.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Fantastic shot.
It actually reminds me of. Anybody see Dracula Untold?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, the beginning of the Dark Universe, but not really.
Yeah, the original Dark Universe.
Oh my god.
There's a scene like that, except it's shown through a sword reflection. It's like the same idea, but in that movie it was like really shittily done. Is that even a word? And this, well done, good job, James Gunn. You did it. I wish the whole fight was like that, but then the whole emotional part of him getting killed wouldn't.
He gets stabbed, and you're like, oh fuck, and then it does a Mortal Kombat
and then they
zoom
do
in.
the zoom in. Yeah, they did the fucking X-ray. I was like, oh, yeah, just to make like no other character got that.
Nope.
But Rick Flag, they want you to make sure his ass is dead.
Well, I thought, because they tried to do a little fake out when they had the post credits because they say I'm surprised his heart was still beating, and you were supposed to assume that it was Rick Flag, and then you see Peacekeeper there.
Yeah, it was Peacekeeper.
I do. Last thing I'm gonna say is once again go back to Gore's reaction and look at do a 0.25 speed on the post credit when Weasel pops back up, where Gore starts laughing, and then about 0.75 of a second in, he goes, no, because he realizes why they're showing him again.
I thought for a fraction of a second, I thought they were just gonna show him and then end again, like show his dead body.
Oh, that would be great.
That would be fucking hilarious. Hey, do one of your Kyle edits on that, and then it'll be a perfect.
There you go. There's a just Kyle Donovan edit.
So it's just repeated footage of him just dead on the beach for like a minute, and then end. I'm like, all right, good. Oh, and it was on a beach too. There you go. Connections.
Yeah, Adam and
the
Old.
Same thing as Old. Oh, maybe it was the same beach as Old. I don't know.
The fucking noise Sean Gunn makes. But like a little like
when he screams the first time, it's fucking nightmare fuel.
No, this thing a dog? What kind of dog is that? It's an Afghan dog.
I love Boomer. That guy, the guy that plays Boomerang, I really like.
Courtney.
Nobody likes that actor, but I really like him. I don't know why. Yeah, he's like, what kind of dog you think it is, mate? It's just like
an Afghan dog.
Afghan hound.
Afghan hound, yeah, like some kind of Afghan breed or something. And then
a werewolf.
Oh, why the fuck would it sit me next to a werewolf? and then I love guys, chill out. He's harmless. I mean, he killed 27 children.
He killed 27 children.
And look at his face, his eyes just going the opposite direction.
Yeah, they're like bulging out of his skull. I'm like,
oh god.
If there was any indication that it needs to die instantly, it was right after that scene.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time you see him is the first time you should kill it. But I was hoping they would just shoot him. They take him out of the cage and just like, oh, that would have been great. They take him out of the cage and he just like goes feral and they just have to kill him. That would have been better, honestly.
Wow.
Anyone check if the weasel could swim?
Yeah, everybody check if the weasel could swim. And then it goes silent as Viola Davis, everybody else is watching him drown.
Man. Hey, Viola Davis, like, way better of a character in this movie, obviously.
Yeah.
She was like one of the not miserable parts of the first one.
That's true, but this movie like really like took advantage of what her character is.
The last movie was a PG-13 version of this version of the character because she did evil shit in the first one, but it was like
fucking squad.
She didn't make it obvious that it was evil. Yeah. But now she chews up the scenery and is having a good time with everyone else.
Exactly. Yeah. And Savant was the evil shit, but like just him screaming, losing his mind. He's not gonna get anywhere. He's just gonna drown in the sea anyway. But she's like, nah, fuck that. Go back in there and die. It's just like, and they just blew his head off.
Shouts to that breed of bird that got its vindication for its brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was the same bird. It came back.
Yeah.
It wasn't dead.
It was a weasel.
It wasn't dead. Yeah, it was. How come that bird didn't eat weasel? The fuck?
Because he was alive.
So?
He knew.
All
right.
Fuck. I did like Boomerang's last shot though, where he had like the boomerang up.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Anyway, great movie. You know what? Actually, two thumbs up for sure. One thing I want to say, actually, they did a good job of like just having like a really quick emotional like backstory for Ratcatcher 2, who I thought was awesome. I loved her. I thought she was great.
I thought the way they presented the backstory was really well done in the bus. That was a really good shot.
Yeah, and like you could barely tell it was Taika Waititi.
I didn't even know it was him at first.
I only knew it was him because I was looking at it. I was like, because I knew he was in the movie because the thing.
I forgot about him.
And I was like, I think that's Taika Waititi. And then at the end, of course, he shows up. And I thought that was really well done. That little like flashback again,
like a really quick flashback in the middle of a thing that you already knew was happening. So it was a good pace. But yeah, it was really well done, really poignant too.
Really, yeah, has heart. This movie has heart.
It really does.
A movie with a killer king shark guy, a guy that throws boomerangs,
a polka dot guy,
that throws polka dots, a guy that has things coming out of his head.
The number one reaction to everyone
a girl that fucking does rat shit.
Everyone, the universal was fuck every time polka dot man dies.
I was upset. Because I knew it was gonna happen. I predicted exactly when it was gonna happen.
I had hope. I was like, I was like, I think maybe they'll keep him around. Maybe he'll be a fun recurring thing every now and then. And then the first time you see the fucking bulge, you go, what the fuck is going on with you, dude?
I was like, what the fuck? He has like allergic reaction.
And then he has to walk away. You see all these polka dots.
He vomits all the polka dots out. I'm like, Marvel would never do this. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy is the closest they'll ever do this weird shit like this, and that's it. You never see Black Widow do this shit. You never see fucking Captain America in any form. Like, the closest you'll get is with Guardians of the Galaxy, and even that will be toned down as fuck. Like, you wouldn't see someone.
It's
melt
gonna
from
be
polka
really
dots.
interesting going to see what Guardians 3 does. Because it's going to
man.
feel like holding the reins back, I think.
Yeah, it'd be like James Gunn was like unleashed, and now he just can't be put back in the fucking cage. Like, it's gonna be a nightmare on set.
Thor looks at Chris Pratt.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're probably gonna have the same fucking. I wouldn't even be surprised if that the John Cena and fucking Idris Elba thing was kind of based on some stuff he had written out,
sure, yeah.
for Thor and
you know what? It was probably in the back of his head. He was like, Thor would have jerked off right there.
Oh, for sure. Like, actually jerked off.
Yeah, and then you know, I'm gonna write it for this one.
He's a quick shot.
Yeah.
We have a whole other movie to discuss.
Yeah, so we're doing that right now.
All right, Suicide Squad. Just when it comes to entertainment value, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's gonna be the most fun movie of the year by the end. Of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I can't even think of a
Avatar
fun.
2, yeah.
Speaking of
Avatar
fun
2.
movies, let's talk about Eternal Sunshine.
You act like that's a real movie. All right, Eternal Sunshine.
All right, so Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This was my pick. It's one of the most popular movies that I've never seen that has been on my watch list. It's been at the very top. I didn't know much about this movie before going in. I knew the director, Michael Gondry. I think that's how you say it. Michel Gondry. It's a guy. Yeah.
Well, I got Michelle Ansel. He's a guy too.
He's a guy who's known for having like a quirky vision, all that stuff. He did Be Kind, Rewind. I'm sure that's probably his most like well-known movie to most people.
Right.
But I think the more
the Green Hornet. Excuse me.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
That kind of like ended his career, but I think most people think this was like, the best movie he made, and also written by Charlie Kaufman, who has become a pretty popular like screenwriter lately. He did what was that movie that came out last year?
I'm thinking of Ending Things.
Yeah, he got like a ton of attention for that. He's known for like having that quirky style and all that stuff. And hey, for most people, this is what is really interesting. Jim Carrey in a dramatic role. I mean, The Truman Show. Everybody loves The Truman Show, right?
Yeah. Number 23. Everybody loves that.
Yeah. Yes Man is a fan favorite. Yeah, for sure.
Yes Man. I forgot about Yes Man.
So you have all these three elements combined: the director, the writer, and the main actor, Jim Carrey. And I honestly did not know much going in to this movie, despite the fact that it's it's one of the most popular like indie movies.
Yeah,
I guess I would say.
Very indie, that's for sure.
Well, I saw it, and
I hope so.
I saw it, and I think, for me, I think it lived up to the hype.
I watched it a long time ago. I'm saying like probably when it was kind of newish, and I was maybe too young to watch it and really get like why everybody loved it. I remember loving it though. I do remember that, but like I didn't remember a lot about it. The two scenes I remember was the part where he's like he's going through the memories and everybody has like no faces. Pretty much anything horrific and horror themed I remembered in this movie. And then the other one was him being a kid, and then Kate Winslet's like, "Hey, look at my crotch." I remember that as a kid. I don't know why those are the two scenes I remember. I wonder why I remember that part. But dude, it was because it was like a nightmare feel. He was like a little kid too. It was like the whole movie is either really. It's really sincere and dramatic and feels realistic. Then there's times where it's like fucking goofy and just dreamlike,
Trippy,
obviously. Because most of the movie it takes place in dreams, obviously. And then it just has like a lot of touching moments and real drama moments. especially with like Kristen. When we get to Kristen Dunst, I always want to say Kristen Dunst's character and stuff. Like just side characters in this movie that are just like feel real, like there's characters in this movie like Tom Wilkinson's character that in any other movie would be like a complete dick throughout the entire movie. He's that character, especially when you find out what happened with him and Kristen Dunst. But they treat them like real people almost. Like I don't know, even though it's such an outlandish premise about a place that can remove a certain memory, whatever you want, just mainly people,
or like a whole string of memories, like a whole person.
So you've never even met that person. Yeah. So you're like, oh, I hate this person now. I don't want to ever know him. You know.
And what this movie does, I think, is so exceptional. Is just like the way Charlie Kaufman writes, like the idea of your memories being erased in real time and like experiencing your memories being erased in real time, like out there sort of stuff and like really like crazy when you really think about it. But like he does it in a very like smart way, I think.
Yeah, it's sad too because like it starts off with like the bad memories and you're like, yeah, this relationship sucks. Like she's being an asshole to him and he's being an asshole to her, and then it just like delves deeper into the really good memories, and that's when like, oh shit,
he
regrets
doing this.
He regrets it, and it even has like a sad and then like a bittersweet ending. Like I wouldn't even say like bittersweet. I would say like sweet, but you know, it could just repeat itself at the end. Like
it could repeat itself, but hey, let's give it another chance, right?
Yeah, and that's a perfect. See, now that's a very what's the word I'm looking for?
Purposeful ending?
No, I was gonna say maybe? Like how old we wanted the ending to be. What's the word? Because it's like midnight and I'm tired. Well, what's the word? We wanted Old's ending to be
more open,
ambiguous.
Ambiguous, thank you. Like that's how you do an ambiguous ending. Like, oh, it could work out. We don't know. Like any other shitty romance movie would end with them being married and like it'll skip ahead and they have kids now or some shit. This one's like, okay, and then ends. So like,
that's how the Big Sick was, where it was open enough that it was like. Remember,
Big Sick had it. Well, the problem with Big Sick is
it
that
told
we
you
know
it was based on real. Yeah,
and also it's written by the two people that's about.
Yeah, but I like the ending though. It was like it didn't tell you like they didn't necessarily get together, but they definitely met again.
Actually, it reminds me of Stronger. Remember that? The Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Yeah, I do.
Boston Bombing.
I do.
Yeah, that's a great movie. But like that whole movie is about their relationship, and then by the time the movie came out, they weren't together anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So. It's like you watch that movie now. It's like you could say that ending is ambiguous, I guess, because obviously it didn't work out.
Sure.
But you know, movie versions of the characters. You know. But I thought like rewatching it, I thought it was great all the way throughout. There are moments here and there that I feel like get drawn out just a little bit too long, just a little bit. Some of the dreams were like more interesting than others. Obviously they were all needed, so I'm not saying like cut one out. Obviously, just I liked some of them more. I like the more real ones. That's just me.
Yeah, when he's a baby, like that was weird. I just like a big ass set, and he's like a little baby.
And he's in the sink at one point. It's just like, that's
like,
great.
Just like Hellboy, and like, thank you.
Exactly, same thing as Hellboy. Hellboy and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, same movies.
Yeah.
I also, is it just me? This is a cliche I hate when someone and I didn't hate it in this one, but I usually hate it when someone says the name of the movie you're watching. When Kristen Dunst is reading one of the quotes, and she might as well looked at the camera and said "Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind." For some reason, that took me out. I don't know why. I know it made sense. It made sense. Obviously, it's just one of those things where it
makes the title seem more like, oh, now you understand.
Oh yeah, exactly. Sunshine. That's why I dislike it. Like, oh, like it's a deep because you don't know what that really means going into it. Especially
it makes you go.
Eternal. Oh, that's why it's called that. Huh?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spot.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
And they're like, oh, now I get it. Okay, but you like called it out. So
I wish someone said we're getting old.
Old. Yeah, I love that.
That's what it's called old. I was like, duh. Anyway, I'm
sure they said the Suicide Squad. I'm sure they said that.
Oh, I think they did actually.
I don't want any part of your. Well, no, they said I don't want part of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and it was like, well, or
I don't want to be part of your The Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad. Yeah. So this is the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
No, this is the part where someone says like that's suicide, and they're like, that's what we do. So anyway, Charles Sunshine, yeah, it was a great film all the way through. I thought Jim Carrey did a great job, even though there's times where he goes into his comedy shtick, and it feels like Jim Carrey, especially during those weirder dream sequences where he's acting like a kid. It's like it felt like almost. Like
I don't think it goes like overboard because like the premise is goofy enough where like it's not super serious.
Yeah, no.
In fact, I think it's very emotional. I think this is honestly a very like emotional movie.
For sure. Because the relationship is so strange between these two. Obviously, he's way more shy, and she's like introvert.
Jim Carrey's a fucking incel in this movie, dude. I'm telling you. He basically
hot ass Kate Winslet. You got hot ass Kate Winslet rocking the blue hair before every Twitch streamer was doing it. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
The original Fortnite streamer.
Well, here's the funniest thing. I haven't heard Adrian peep up at all, so I'm very interested.
He fucking hated it, obviously.
About Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
He's looking at the over 50 4-star rave reviews, and he's like, "What?"
I don't know if I'm just really not in the mood for this kind of movie. Because everything about the movie I should enjoy. I like it getting weird. I like we mentioned, the ambiguous ending. I like getting really introspective, and the whole premise is something I like. I was so fucking bored. I had to start this movie over so many times. I started over 4 or 5 times. I just could not watch this movie. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Maybe it was just not in the mood, because it could not be. I've been very just stressed out with everything, which is why I'm kind of actually looking forward to Borat. I would just turn my brain the fuck off and just like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna chill, because it does for what's essentially a rom-com. It does get very deep into a lot of things you can dissect. Maybe it's gonna be a movie I'm gonna revisit one day, because I'm sure I'm gonna love it one day. But for whatever fucking reason, I just was so fucking bored. I had to fight myself from falling asleep constantly. I just did not really care for anything. Mark Ruffalo's character is a fucking idiot. I don't fucking get it.
Okay.
I think Elijah Wood's fucking creepy as shit. And I just didn't like.
Elijah Wood was creepy.
I didn't like anything about that. Like it was to the point where like you're supposed to like be happy that Jim Carrey's like essentially like winning over her, but it just felt skeevy. Like it was supposed to be skeevy, but it felt like incessantly skeevy, where I'm like, this, I just don't like looking at him. Just
it's not even like him winning her over. It was more it was more like she just like clinging on to him and almost sucking the soul out of him, because he just kind of wanted to be left alone in the beginning. You find out why that is later, because of the whole like this is the second time they met, which I guess is supposed to be kind of a twist. I remember that part, so I was like, yeah, it was actually kind of interesting watching it, because I only watched it one time, I believe, years ago, and now knowing that that's the first time they actually meet, and then when Elijah Wood shows up and is being weird at the car, it's like, all right. But I thought it was just like those two just like gelled together well, because she's
they were
he's shy, and they kind of work together.
Opposites attract, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know though. There's something about it just made me so bored, and I don't not like the movie. I respect the movie. I'm sure I'm gonna love it one day. It has everything I'd want with it. It's just not with me right now. Again, it could just be timing, could be just something else, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck happened somewhere in there.
Okay, you saying you don't know what happened tells me that listen, I'm just gonna say that think of this movie in a Nolan-esque sort of way.
No, I know. Like I said, it's a lot more introspective.
If you look at it like Memento, you can kind of go by that way too.
Yeah, it's a lot of what I like. I fucking love stuff like Christopher Nolan getting weird with it. I love The Big Sick. One of my favorite movies of all time is Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. It's got a lot of those vibes into it, but I don't know what the fuck it was right now. Again, I'm marking it up that I'm just really not in the mood for this kind of movie right now.
Which is weird that you say Jim Carrey is skeevy in this.
No. I'm saying Elijah Wood was.
I thought. No, you thought.
No, Elijah Wood is fucking skeevy. No. Elijah Wood. I just not want to.
I thought you said Jim Carrey.
No, okay. Elijah Wood.
I thought you were talking about their relationship, and he was being skeevy with her.
No. I mean, like, a little weird for sure, but whatever. Elijah Wood was fucking weird as shit. Like, but I know that was the point.
Elijah Wood's always.
That's the point. But it was like overly skeevy to the point where I just didn't
Sure.
so feel right looking at that.
I was just gonna say I love Seeking Affirm for the End of the World also. Not everybody's cup of tea. If you watch it, there's some things they could cut out of that fucking movie.
Oh sure.
But I always like in the beginning I always thought the Steve Carell relationship, because Steve Carell's like fucking like
he's old.
like yeah, he's like double Keira Knightley's age. And
Yeah.
at first I thought it was gonna be more like almost a father-daughter relationship, and then no. No.
What fucking movie did I just watch where someone really old kissed someone that was super young?
Old.
Eternal Sunshine?
Old.
No, what the fuck did I just
Old?
watch?
Yeah, old. Technically true, right?
No, I watched
someone young had sex and it was weird. Yeah, like speaking of feeling.
Oh no,
skeevy.
I was watching the I was watching someone watch Guardians 2.
What part?
When they de-aged what's his name, and then they had them they de-aged Kurt Russell, and it was on Earth, and he was kissing whatever Star-Lord's mom was. How old she was? She was like 20 something. I don't know, that was weird, but whatever.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's Hollywood.
It's not. Well, okay. Come on.
No.
What are you gonna cast a young Kurt Russell lookalike? I guess they could have got his son.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really look that much like
Whatever.
Kurt Russell.
Not
whatever.
that, but
yeah, they had all those special effects.
yeah, no. Like I said, I respect the movie. I'm sure I'll like it one day. For whatever reason, right now, it just did not fucking jive with me. I don't know what it was deep down inside. But I don't know what it was with me, because like I said, like, I love the movie. Like a lot of the parts of it, like separate the parts
It
of
might
it.
just be the characters, really. It might like maybe you just don't really care about this relationship.
That too. I think
I can see someone like watching this and going like, I don't really give a shit about their relationship because it's kind of weird.
They're very
unappealing. Yeah, I mean, I thought God damn it, Kate Winslet, I thought was really good in it. But,
yeah, maybe it could have been that too. I just didn't like her at the beginning. She's getting
weird.
all like, because
she's obviously bipolar also, because she fucking snaps fucking back and forth between like
occasionally when I go back to these movies, I gotta remember, things were different back then, where she dropped a slur and I'm like, oh, I forgot.
Oh yeah,
I forgot that was
that actually blew me away. I was like, whoa, all right. I was watching something recently that they kept saying that word. No, I mean those are all horrible people, so they would say that even now. I forgot what it was. It was like surprising me. Oh, it was I watched the Ghost Stories English dub. They kept calling each other gay and all that stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, Ghost Stories is an anime that had an English dub that is amazing.
Yeah, I saw you watch it. I never even knew what it was.
They turned this generic fucking anime that's just about like like high school kids or whatever, or middle school kids searching for ghosts, and they turned it into they rewrote the script and turned it into they're all horrible people. There's one that's like a Jesus freak that's always talking about how Jews should burn. It's like, it's horrible.
Okay, so
every character
I didn't know what the fuck that was. I saw your reaction. I was like, maybe I'll watch it, but I didn't know what the fuck it was.
They're all racist and horrible. It's so fucking good. They're all horrible people. Oh, it's so funny. I wish that would happen more often, where someone would just take footage of something else and just turn into something that it totally isn't.
It was MXT that did that, remember? They
Sure,
got really racist.
But that was still like a show about people.
Yeah.
It's like a Wipeout show. Or whatever. Yeah. But this was like they changed the story and everything kind of too.
It could be that. I want to believe that it was just me in a really just shit mindset for this kind of movie. But yeah, at the same time too, Kate Winslet's character, I just did not. That was like, that's anti me as a person. Like it's anti Jim Carrey, obviously, but like as me, that is not the person I want. I don't want someone just jumping in my face and talking to me on the bus. Like, get the fuck away. I don't. AirPods on. Stop talking to me.
No, that part made sense once you realized that, like.
Yeah, no, it made sense.
They both had flickerings of memories from each other. But that's why she was freaking out with Elijah Wood, and when she said like nice, she freaked out because he kept saying nice about her and stuff.
Yeah, but like at the same time too, I'm like, if that happened to me in real life, and just like that was, I mean, obviously it's not, but that's not the fucking personality I jive with. But I don't think that's it. I think it was just me.
Well, you're not Jim Carrey though. Jim Carrey is like this shy ass fucking like kind of blah of a person almost. Like he's just like, he's very, very much a
A hermit crab.
blank person.
Hermit's a good way to say
He's
it.
a hermit. Yeah.
But
Very
like,
So, like,
shut-in,
when someone
socially
comes in and is like,
isolated.
"Hey," like he even says the line where it's like, "Every woman I see, I fall in love with," which is a little weird.
Yeah.
But as someone that is that kind of character, I understand that. He's not like a serial killer or anything. Like, but you know,
He's a shy boy incel,
Yeah, he's an
proto-incel sort of type. Yeah.
yeah, he's an incel that gets the hot chick at the end, which is bullshit. He gets her twice too. What the fuck?
Damn. Dude.
Even though he had a girlfriend before that too, they kept bringing up his previous girlfriend, which we never see. But
yeah, no. So I'm gonna give it another shot later down the road. Maybe I'll fill in it a little bit more. And like I said, I think for all intents and purposes, it has a lot of things I would jive with. But yeah, just for whatever reason right now, whatever. If it's that, if it's me just not feeling it right now, or something, maybe I don't like it. Maybe I'll watch it again and just stick with it. But
you know,
we'll
I think the problem. I think I know what the problem is.
Oh, what is it?
There was no giant shark man in it. That's why I didn't
No,
like it.
I think
polka dot guy.
no, it shouldn't have enough death throughout the movie.
Oh, that's true. In the middle of the movie, stop killing characters off instantly. That's true. At the end, when Jim Carrey gets fucking decapitated by a shark, man, I thought that was really captivating.
Really
I was
poignant.
captivated. Yeah, it was really poignant. I cried.
And then when Mark Ruffalo made a meal for Jim Carrey to amend stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and he's like, what was Jim Carrey's name?
Jim Bob.
Buble or whatever his name is. And he made like a little like.
But then when Kate Winslet yelled at Elijah Wood saying, "I'm gonna marry him,"
and then she shot him. 5 minutes later,
all right.
they play with the birds.
Anyway,
Right. Well, I think that does it for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I wanted to see it. Gave you guys the shot. Hey, Gore, I appreciate the conversation, man.
Fuck Adrian.
Yeah.
like I said, I did say it somewhere that I thought was funny. It's because I literally dated so many girls that told me to watch the movie, and I'm like, one day maybe. And
That's why it never worked out. You never watched it.
Never got to it, and then I just like how
honestly,
at the end it was Kyle that made me watch the movie.
Did they all have blue hair and relate to Kate Winslet's character?
Yeah, they all annoyed me.
Maybe deep down you just felt like this anti-gravitational pull to this movie.
Maybe that could be it too.
It was like with the Saw movies. Didn't you not want to see them because your girlfriend liked them or something?
Yeah, because she fucking loved those movies so much, and I just thought it was so annoying.
You brought that up on podcast before, so I know I could say that.
Yeah, I was like a Kyle hipster back then. I'm like, stop supporting these fucking dumb movies.
Yeah.
These $5 movies.
Yeah, they release fucking yearly.
Movies.
No, I don't know what it is, but I'm going to rewatch it again someday. So we'll see.
You don't need to keep apologizing. Don't fucking like it.
Well, hey, listen. Watch it on a rainy day.
I think it was raining that day.
When we saw it.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. It's been raining all fucking week over here.
Yeah. We had some fucked up storms here.
Oh, hey, listen. There's no water where I
Alright.
am, and everything's on fire. So sorry.
Wait, hold on. So it's like the opposite. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whoa,
so I didn't even
man,
know it
we
was
got
raining
like
elsewhere.
the elements, man. We got like a variety
Holy
of
shit.
Anyway.
Earth, wind, fire.
Wait, hey, ice. We're on the poster. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's not an element, but whatever.
That was
Right.
not Another Movie Podcast Remake. Remember, next
Number
episode
3.
movie, episode 3, we made it. Remember, next episode we're watching Borat. We're going back. We're going my wife.
My wife.
My wife.
2006 throwback. Is it as good as Borat's subsequent movie
Yeah.
film?
Oh yeah. When I rewatched it, 100%. I fucking loved it. I still loved it.
It's definitely. Yeah, I think it's probably better, honestly. Because I love Borat too.
That
but,
is a
Borat
time
was-
capsule. That is a great
We had a
time
good
capsule
time.
movie.
Yeah,
Dude,
we had a
Borat
great
2
time
will
watching
be
Borat
too.
too.
Borat 2 will be as well with the Trump and COVID shit. It'll definitely be a time capsule.
That's true. That's true.
Just
'Cause no one will forget. No one will forget the.
You
COVID
just don't like it right now because you just lived through it. You don't want to be
Yeah.
reminded of it.
in like 30 years when we're all 90 or however that works, we'll look back on this and we'll be like,
Yeah,
wow,
we'll figure out
Borat
for sure.
too.
I
When
do.
Borat 3's out with Sacha Baron
Wait, or
Cohen in
the
his
second
80s,
the
when COVID
hotel
2 happens and Borat did his
the
another
second the
movie.
hotel wrestling comes on, you're just like, I'm at home.
Yeah. And they're running down the hallway.
Yeah.
And his ass cheeks are going around.
Going around.
Yeah, what's I keep forgetting his partner's name. What was the name? Do you remember? You
I
just
forget.
watched it, so oh my god.
I watched.
You fucker. I haven't watched it in like 10 years. Like, I've seen clips here and there.
You're
but I
gonna
watched
have a
the
good
full
time
movie.
going back to it, dude.
King of the Cat. I mean, that's still my favorite fucking quote. Like everybody quotes like my wife. I love King of the Kids. King of the Kids. I still quote that. I'll be in my room by myself like I usually am, and
that's gonna be your final words.
Yeah.
What do you have to say? King of the Kids.
I've got a chair. So you do this. You do that. I love it. I love it.
Okay. Well,
He throws the fucking money at the roaches because he thinks the Jewish people turn into... I love I can't wait to watch it.
they're so nice to him. They feed him
Yeah,
stuff.
they're so nice.
Hey, we'll save that talk.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
All right.
I love that movie. Ow.
Ow.
Borat.
Shoo.
Ciao. Cars.